welcome to Sci-Fi Vision Presents Talisman Transmissions for June 7th. Tonight we have the 7th episode on June 7th.
47.
Yeah, episode 407, you're right, 47, to talk about tonight. So thank you if you are joining us. Please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision, and we always appreciate hypes, although I think if you can hype Liz Saunders' interview, that's actually the best for right now. If you did miss our live interview with Liz Saunders, who plays Donna from last week, you can find that on our live tab, and of course our other interviews on our video tab. And during the week, once I'm done editing the video for it, the interview with Julia Doyle, who plays Sophia, will be going up, part 1 of that. And also the interview that I did with the short interview that I did with Scott McCord and Robert Joy, that will be up tomorrow because we had to wait till the embargo lifts. And then in other news, I don't even think you were around when I said this, Scarlett. Jamie McGuire's coming sometime this week.
Yay! Jamie McGuire's coming.
We'll be talking to Smiley as well. So lots of fun stuff going on.
I'm thrilled.
Hope you'll join us for that. And if you're not a member of our Discord, please make sure you join. The link is pinned in the chat. You can get our watch parties, our schedule, all that good stuff, because we have watch parties on Saturday night when the episode drops at midnight Eastern, and then again on Sundays at 9. And of course, our deep dive live stream is Sunday night, and then our review is Monday night. Plus, we have, Widow's Bay and all kinds of other shows besides From, but From is kind of our main one right now. So let me ask you, Scarlett, because I know this is, I think, like my favorite episode so far. What did you think of it?
I don't think it was my favorite episode so far, but like I said right before we went on our live, for like a second, a half second, or maybe a couple of seconds, I was like, I think they might kill our boy Kenny off.
Yes, I was definitely worried about that. I don't mean it's necessarily my favorite, like out of all episodes. I mean it was my favorite this season, for sure, because a lot went on. I feel like it had character development and it had crazy action, and
yes,
yeah, I love this one. And it was, you're right, like it was also thrilling because I was worried about Kenny. I really thought they were going to kill our Kenny. Yeah, I was upset and worried, but he got a reprieve the last minute, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And I feel like if people now are saying that nothing is happening in this show, then they're just complaining to complain, not for any real, reason, because so much happened in here. I don't know how you could really say otherwise, in all honesty, but people have differing opinions, but hopefully everybody is enjoying the season, or at least enjoyed this episode. And if you were not loving it, I hope that you at least stuck around to this part in order to see the crazy episode, because I don't know, like I said, to me it was one of the best for sure. All right, hold on one second, I'm just finishing up doing my multitasking here at the same time, trying to do too many things. Yeah, get Kenny a whistle. I was gonna bring a whistle, but I knew it would bring my headache back, so I'm like, no, I'm gonna
not get a coach whistle. That's another sound effect I could get. That would be nice.
You could, just so it's not as loud as
but then I would have blow it every time Kenny was on the screen. I'd be like, Coach Kenny.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, I thought of that, but they're pretty loud. All right, well, I guess we will start with our deep dive and try to get some of you in the chat as we go, and some of your stuff will star if it's too far ahead, and get to it when we get to that point, so we don't get too far behind.
Can we talk about the title for a little bit before we start?
Yes, go for it.
Because I found out something new today, and I found out something about maybe a minute ago, is that not only is the best laid plans of Mice and Men used for the John Steinbeck book,
yes,
of Mice and Men.
Yes.
But it also came from a poem, much like The Heart is a Lonely Hunter movie and book had a poem called The Lonely Hunter by William Sharp. This one is a poem by Robert Burns, To a Mouse, and it's dedicated to a mouse on turning up her nest with a plow.
On turning up her what?
Her nest with a plow.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, I was just thinking in a roundabout way. You know how they talk about like the man in yellow when he killed Jim, and he basically said he wished he could stay around and stuff like that, and he almost had like a sympathy. And to me, this poem only has that sympathy too to the mouse.
Oh, okay.
Because
Interesting.
it says in it, it says, "I'm truly sorry man's domination has broken nature's social union." And I'm thinking, this sounds a lot like what the man in yellow would say.
Yeah, that does actually. Interesting.
You
Um,
know, my poor earthborn companion and fellow mortal. You know, it's like,
yeah, it at times I've thought that, especially because of what Doug had said before, but then other times I think he's enjoying their terror. So I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like it kind of goes back and forth. But yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I can't quite figure out like what quote I was thinking of in my head, but I know there's something about like more like a
Well,
saying about
best play lands, ah, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry is like the line.
that's okay. So yeah, that's maybe that is what I was thinking about, but definitely about how the idea because you do hear a lot how the best laid plans
I
don't go
don't
as you expect them to.
I don't know if exactly this thing they did with the totem was the best laid plan. So
No,
this
it was
is my problem. Just because of several things, like when Donna said, "It's just gonna get another lady pregnant," and I was like, "Well, that's truth."
yeah.
And
Yeah, I
then
don't know that it was the best plan. I agree with you. Um, I feel like this episode, like maybe they should have just called it like Murphy's Law or something because everything's going wrong, which is kind of, the point. Nothing went right that they expected. But yeah, I think going out there to stab one of the monsters was probably dumb. But I mean,
I was so confused because I thought they should done it during the day.
well, they wanted a monster, but yeah, you're right. They could have went in the tunnels, I guess, during the day, but then they were afraid they wouldn't be able, I guess, get out of the tunnels. So, yeah, I guess that was the idea there to do it while they were on the street. And I mean, at least they did go through and say, they're spread out. They're
Mhm.
not going to like rush them, but they're like, there's so many doors you can go in one, even if they, do what they did, but clearly there's a lot of them. And that's why it actually, if I like, part of me wants to go count them and see like, was there enough really to cover all the doors? Because people were supposed to be keeping the doors open to help them. And like, no, I didn't see anybody doing that. Um, Kenny ran to the bus, but clearly that wasn't necessarily a good way to do it either. So I don't know. It did not go as they expected, that's for sure. Uh
You know, I think another reference from the Mice and Men is, have you ever you read the book, seen the movie?
yeah.
Both. Anybody in the chat, if you want to plug your ears, and I'm gonna do a you know, Mice and Men spoiler for both movies and books. It's been out for a long time. Okay, the last scene, you know, George hears the lynch mob coming after Lenny. He decides to give him a merciful death. Look at the river. You know, think of the rabbits or whatever.
Yeah, it
Kind of,
sounds a lot like Carol in Walking Dead. I'm sorry that when you said that
yeah,
now,
I
that's what
know.
I'm gonna
That's
keep
exactly where they
going.
got it from too. I'm sure, but
I'm sure, yeah.
also reminds me. God, where was I going with this? Now I'm getting.
Sorry. That's my fault.
Um, no, I was thinking. Okay, there's Jade. You remember Jade when he saw the multiple Jades, and they said, "Oh, they kill you." But then Tabby has a fate worse than that. So I often wonder, maybe like the Jades maybe take out Tabby before the mob comes and gets them, because it seems like there's a mob.
Oh, so you're thinking that he does that to spare her
Yeah.
whatever his fate is.
Mm.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, none of that was in this episode,
No.
but it does have that
Yeah.
thing.
I like that idea, but yes, considering it wasn't specifically in this episode, I'd say probably not. But I never really thought about that though. That is true.
I don't know.
But no, yeah, that's a good. I did not realize that it or think about the fact that it had come from there. It's been forever since I've read it and seen it back in
Mm,
high school. So,
yeah.
um, but yeah. Hold on, I'm starring things that people are saying here. We'll go through a couple things in the chat, and then we'll go through start with the recap. But
Yeah.
hi, everybody. I see Kaiser and just me and West of Westeros and Kimberly, Kelly. Welcome, everybody. Let's see. Muncher, Gabby. Who else is in there? Maze, Alpha Fold B. And who else? I saw somebody else. Bill, Susie. We've got lots of people. So thanks, guys, for. I was looking. I'm just always curious who all's here.
Yeah, I have one more thing to say.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, also, I'm thinking I've got like a mice and men on the brain because I remember in the book there was also this heron that was supposed to be this beautiful, lovely creature that turns into a predator at the end, and it kind of reminds me of Sophia.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember the heron part. I'll have to take your
Yeah,
word for
it's played up to being like a beautiful part of the scenery, and then it's like a predator animal
and then it's not
killing
so much.
snakes.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Symbol
see. So a
Wilson.
lot of this is about I'm looking to see what some of these are about. Monsters cover the doors, but they have an undercover agent.
Mm.
You guys, do you mean Man in Yellow, or do you mean you think there's still a mole? Would be my question to that.
Oh
I'm not
boy.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're referring to the Man in Yellow in general, or they think there's another mole. I still personally don't think there's another mole, just because I feel like with the Man in Yellow we don't need one.
Well,
But
some people think Donna's still the mole.
I know, I did not. That's what I meant to do before we came here. I saw somebody posted a video. Now, granted, they did it as the headline, which was click to get you to click
Yeah.
it. I didn't
Yeah.
actually watch it, but supposedly, at least according to the title of it, it said that she confirmed she wasn't a mole. So I
Yeah.
don't know because I have not watched it, but it sounds like maybe Liz said that she wasn't.
Yeah. Because
So
I just watched like participate a little bit in the What Is From cast. They recap they did. They do a recap of maybe around 6 or 7. And Lizzie was convinced that Donna, when she died from the heart attack, was rebooted. She received like mole material, like a Donna download.
like the Matrix.
Yeah. And I thought that was kind of an interesting theory. I don't believe in it, but it's interesting.
It is interesting. Very interesting. Kimberly said she saw it too. Yeah, I didn't. I unfortunately didn't get to listen to it yet though, because I'm curious if
Yeah.
what she said. Dirty pirate ship. Hi. Let's
Gonna
see.
ask her that during the interview, but I was like, I want to ask her other things.
Yeah, Golden Child says this is exactly what Mole would say. Yeah, I tend to not ask things I know they can't answer. I didn't think she
Yeah,
would answer, so if she did, like that's surprising. Or if I had known she would have, I would have asked it. But
but even if she was in the future, they might not tell her. It
right.
could be a script to script thing.
That is a good point. She could find out next season she is and not know it. So
Yeah,
that's a good point. Um, I did want to say too, because I forgot to mention this. Like I had said earlier, our interview with Julia Doyle will be up next week. But it's going to be in 2 parts because I asked her some about like later on in the season. But there's a lot about this episode that'll be in that second half too for people to look forward to, like working with Roger's body and chanting with the egg and all that fun stuff. We did talk about that. But since I did the interview beforehand, I was using that as the part that was for spoilers. So that'll be in the second half. Let's see. Lucas Hartley says the monsters knew everyone's name without having the Man in Yellow in town.
yeah.
I've said before, I wish we knew whether he was omniscient and could see things without being in the town, because it seems like
Hmm.
maybe he can, and right now it's just he enjoys it for the fun.
Hmm.
So it's hard to tell.
Well, there
All
was
right.
a scene with Trudy because when they came to attack Trudy, she was like, "How do you know my name?" They're like, "We know all your names."
Yeah. Yeah. I'm honestly not sure. They've never explained that. It's one of the things we don't know.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to get to some of the ones that are talking about the door, since we're at that part here.
yeah.
If the door in Colony House basement was bricked over, I would not have torn down the wall. Now I'd be very uncomfortable with the basement door. the basement has a door too now. Yeah, although they already have one in the church and probably elsewhere. Um, at least isn't there one in the church? I'm pretty sure we've had this discussion before. I'm pretty sure there's
Oh,
one in.
there. Yeah, there is one because isn't that how like Sarah traveled from the faraway tree back up to the basement of the church?
I think so. I think that there's probably more than that too. But
Yeah.
I do agree if it was bricked over, I have to question why was it bricked over? Like that to me
Yeah.
is more important than the fact there's a door. Like because if they have the door shut and there's a talisman on it, I have to assume that they can't get through. So why would they brick it over? Well, I guess though back then they didn't have
They didn't
talismans.
put a talisman on it.
Yeah, they
They
didn't
did
have
that
them.
later.
Yeah, so maybe I guess that's a good point.
All I could think of
Um,
right now was the Doors of Perception, which was like, that that book about psychedelia.
yeah, I know. When you say that, I just think of an X-File quote about the doors of
Oh,
perception.
that too.
It's about what you're talking about though, because it's about throwing the doors of perception wide open. I'm trying to think what it's
Yeah.
from. I feel like it's from when they
Well,
like.
it's a Huxley book.
Okay.
The guy who made Brave New World, if you ever read it.
No, I've not read that,
It's
but
good.
yeah, um, I mean, doors can definitely be metaphors for a lot of different things.
Well, I thought especially with the LSD that Miranda took and Jade with the mushrooms, I thought the Doors of Perception was kind of interesting.
No, it is, and I think at one point, I don't remember if it was Jade or Boyd. One of them said something like, "What if it's a metaphor? What if the door is a metaphor?"
Mm.
Um, I mean, they found a door though, so I don't know. I guess there could be more than one door. Who knows? Um,
But they're not opening that door right now.
they're not opening it now, that's for sure. Susie said, "Why wouldn't Jade realize that he remembers the door because he did this before, which means it makes him and Tabitha die?" Well, we know he's done it before. Does it lead to their death?
Who knows?
Maybe. You could be
Yeah.
right. She could be right. I have no idea. Someone buried that door and piled junk from the door floor to ceiling about it. Yeah, like if they did that, maybe there's a reason and you should leave it the fuck alone, right?
Hmm.
Let's see what else. I think the rest of these are all about I see comments about the teeth, comments
Yep.
about Abby, and comments about what was the other thing? About Coach Kenny. Let's go a little bit further, guys. No, it's just because I know what happens when we do this is
Yeah.
we get way off track and then we never get done. So we're gonna go a little bit. We will go back to your comments. They're there, they're starred. But that way we can at least get a little bit further before we before we go off the deep end, right? We'll try anyway. Okay, so yeah, the door. So the door's not just been like bricked over, the door's sealed. I don't know what they mean exactly by
A
sealed. I
good
don't know if
factory seal on that.
factory sealed, yeah. No, I just and no, it's fine if you guys put things in the chat. I just
Yeah.
sometimes we get off track for like an hour and then never get through the show. That's why we're but I don't know, like, does that mean it's been nailed shut? Does that mean, like, what does that mean? To me, sealed maybe means like it's been nailed shut from the other side or something.
Mm.
How exactly do
Been
you
prayed
seal it?
over.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm
It's
just
been
kind of
anti-cursed or cursed, depending.
one or the other. But yeah, I mean, Jade knows that it, like, according to his vision, it goes into that chamber or whatever. So I would think might be important later, but I don't know. Jade just ain't thinking though, like he remembers a door because it's in his memory, which means he goes through it into the tunnels whenever the plan doesn't work. Well, I mean, that is a good point, Susie. So far, everything they've done doesn't work, but
Mm.
I mean, that doesn't, I don't know that that necessarily means they don't need the door. Like, they could need the door, but yeah, either way, they
But
need to do different things this time. So,
you can perceive that something probably bad happened because usually when things get bricked up around it, something's not good, or it's holding something in that's not good.
yeah, there could be something back there that Jade does not remember. But it just seems kind of like the timing seems like too good to be true important because I feel like since they're trying to get into the tunnels, they have a way potentially into the tunnels.
Yes.
So they might at some point hopefully unseal it if they can. I don't know. I don't even know how they'd do that. Maybe they'd have to blow a hole in it and then they'd be bad off because then they couldn't block it. So I don't know how they would get it without blowing it open. Um, and if he remembers it and he always died, that's from one of the many times he's died anyway. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, Jade remembers bits and pieces and doesn't know about what he remembers. So it's kind of hard to tell.
But Randall's trying here to get in.
What?
Randall's trying his hardest to get that door down.
Yeah, Randall tried too. He thinks he's stronger than Jade, I guess. Maybe the cave monsters don't want people coming into the cave from this entrance, so the monsters sealed it. That's also a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Although, again, if that is what happened, probably not good to unseal it then in that case. All right, but Jade does have the forethought to put a talisman on it. Although, again, I'm not sure that that's really necessary because I'm guessing like any enclosed space works with one door, right? Especially if there are doors in the basements because they haven't, I don't think, put them on all the doors. You don't see them putting them necessarily on the back doors and stuff like that. So yeah, but I guess it's extra protection for now.
To protect the basement.
Yeah, to protect the basement. Protect from whatever the hell is in there. We do not know.
Protect us from Henry.
What?
I said protect us from Henry.
Yeah, protect from Henry. Henry is not having a good time.
No.
He's an alcoholic. We know this. After what he's learned, he is even worse off. And now they're going to make it even worse because they're like, well, now we're going to tell him that his wife, who he knows was eaten, was reincarnated and is somebody on this town. So yeah, not a good thing. And like, I appreciate.
I don't know. It seems okay to me.
Well, I appreciate that they're trying to tell him and Victor first. But I also can see Kenny's point of view when he's like, are you sure this is a good time to do this? Yeah, no, it's not. But they need to, if they're going to tell everybody, they kind of had to. But yeah, that's the plan. This is the episode where everybody talks to each other, but not about what we want them to, right?
And a lot of people talked off scene too, apparently.
Yeah, we don't actually, that's the thing too. We don't actually get to see them say, hey, they're reincarnated. It's more like the aftermath. But I'm okay with that. At least they
well, and when they're making the plan too, they're like, go to so and so and let them tell you everything you know about the cave system or this thing. And I'm like, okay, so you just gathered a bunch of information about having a meeting.
Yeah, wow. Hey, at least it's something. We've been complaining for years they don't share information. So they shared information. Everybody can shut up about
They had a full colony house meeting, and the one girl wasn't there that I put on the bingo card.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, I don't comment on whether they're going to be there or not because otherwise it would spoil. So I let you take care of that.
I'm surprised. I was surprised she wasn't there.
Yeah. I don't think most of the people were there, but I think sometimes maybe they just don't bother shoving everybody in. They're like, we'll tell them later. They're not important, right?
Yeah, I'm still trying to locate colony house resident number 7. I don't know what. I think it's an actress. I don't know what line she had. I've been watching this like 3 times.
Oh, looking in the credits. Yeah, that I don't know. She could have been somebody in the background. I mean, what about the guy?
But no Clara. That's what I'm saying. No Clara.
No Clara. You know what? Maybe the writer said everybody keeps saying that Clara just lurks in the background and is sucks.
We're gonna have her doing something else.
We'll give her another job.
Yeah.
Maze had said, not sure what the plan was with Tabitha going back through all that crap just to bring him back. I'm confused by that comment. Just to bring him back. To
bring who back?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, Maze. I'm a little confused by that.
Bring Henry back?
Like
going out the lighthouse and going to Camden and.
Yeah, Henry. That is what Maze means. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think the town wanted Henry there for some reason, I guess, but we don't really know.
And I thought Tabby being Camden was so she could look at Miranda's paintings and reconnect with her other souls or reincarnated selves.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she needed that information. We needed that information. So
yeah. And bring Acosta back.
Acosta still has not done much this season. I'm sorry. Like,
She's
I
not
love
finding a clue. She's not getting a clue, Jamie.
I know. No, but it's just sad. It's like I love Samantha Brown and I keep wanting her to do more, but like they're not giving her much to do. She's doing
Yeah.
good with what she's been given, but she doesn't have a whole lot of plot. But look, I think the ensemble, and I hate to say
Yeah.
this because like I said, I don't want somebody to die, but this ensemble is kind of getting too big because
Yeah.
they either have to do what they do in a show like Walking Dead, which always makes people complain, which is like focus on half the cast one episode and then the other
Yeah.
half another episode, and then people bitch about it.
Mm.
Or do what they're doing is have like main storylines and then other people come in for like 10 seconds and we're still
Yeah.
complaining.
Like
So,
everybody gets a scene,
yeah,
because kind
everybody
of like
gets
that one in the last episode where there was Bacta and Randall, and I'm like, well, they need a scene. That's why they're here.
so the solution is either to make the episodes longer, which would be the good solution,
Yeah.
or or B, maybe start killing off some of the ensemble. And I hate to say that because I don't want anybody to die,
Yeah.
but it might make it a little easier to give everybody good stories instead of having so many like extra characters, Um,
Or
because there's
a couple of them just go home, but they don't tell anybody else.
or that could
Bacta just finds a way out, and she's like, "Sorry, suckers, I'm out. You don't listen to me anyway. Bye."
bye bye. Okay, it's also kind of on us since like that time is a day and a half per episode on average that we kind of realize that. Yeah, that's the other thing is that they are moving kind of slow in time compared to like what it feels like for us. May says, I'm sure Boy White has a plan we aren't seeing, but so far he's the lemon looking about to be a big problem. He is just kind of hanging about. We haven't really seen him do a whole lot this season either. Okay. So let's
Maybe I was gonna say maybe I'll pop in and go, "You don't have any more time. You have less time than you ever had before.
Yes, you're running out of time. They need to do something.
What do
So
we do? I don't know. Bye."
I was gonna say, at least on the plus side, Boyd's doing something. He's telling people.
Yes.
So he takes Henry and Victor up to talk to him, and then we have this little scene that isn't really. See, these
Yeah,
are the
but
kind of
you kind of cut out the fact that Victor kind of freaked out until the voice
that
goes.
didn't happen yet. It flips to this
Oh,
first.
it flips back and forth. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, I can only go in order of the photos, so that's why I try to.
Sorry.
But yes, no, we will get to that. I didn't skip it.
I like this chair. This chair is really cool looking.
It is. It's kind
The
of.
shot is interesting. I'm just gonna say.
It is, but the thing is I feel like this scene was really, really not relevant, and I could have used something more important. I mean, look, I know there's going to be some scenes that aren't relevant, but like the only point of this scene, in my opinion, was to say we're going to go have a chat because,
You,
yeah, okay, so she's looking at his clothes. Like, did we need
you
to know
didn't
that?
like Tabby huffing on Jim's clothes?
I mean, she's grieving. I don't know that I needed to see another scene telling me she's grieving.
It seems really weird that they're on the verge of divorce and now she's like huffing his clothes. I'm just saying.
Yes, yes, I agree. Their marriage was not doing well. I know not all of us agree with that, but
you know that one scene where they are yelling and the monsters came out and they're like, "Stop yelling,"
Yeah, that was funny. I forgot about that. So then we have now this scene's important. I'm not saying their conversation isn't important. I just don't know that we needed the little scene for
I'm sorry, just laughing at what Muncher Luncher said. Tabitha loves a dead Jim. She hated him a lot.
Well, too little, too late. Hey, a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, I understand even if she was fighting with him, her grieving now. I'm just, I guess, saying that we don't really need to see that.
They were trying to get it back together. They were trying to do something.
They were trying. But Mason's got a point. There are a lot of personal items and themes in this show, so there is that. I feel like they're making these characters more likable. Yeah, maybe they're trying to make us dislike Tabby as much.
Yes.
I give Tabby a lot of shit. I do, and we laugh about it. But she's trying. She's doing the best she can now.
That's why she got mad. She got mad and told off Jade, and then just left her kids alone, like she usually does. And I'm like, why?
Yeah. But right now she's doing an okay job. So
she's trying.
She's trying. Susie says, I wouldn't really mind at all about Dragon if it was like Lost, but we know there's what, 3 more episodes or something than 13. So please use your time. Yes, there's 13 episodes. And that's kind of my point too. Like we have very little space. So
Mhm.
like I'd rather see something important. Although sometimes I know they are doing it, so at least we see what the other characters are doing. But I just feel like that one was a little unnecessary. Diaby says, I feel like if they didn't show scenes like this, people would say she didn't care anymore and that she only grieved him for 5 seconds. I
Mhm.
still think about you're my person. I'm so scared you didn't know that. It broke my heart. Okay,
Mhm.
that is a good point.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I just personally feel like I saw her grieve in that scene that you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need to keep seeing it. Um, the one thing
It's
with
just kind of like assumed, I would
yes,
say.
it's assumed. But the thing is, and I've said this before, is when you watch television, like it can't be like real time. Like people are gonna
Yeah.
get over grief a lot faster than they would in real life,
Mhm.
just because unless it's like a soap opera, most people don't want to see characters grieving for like seasons, right? Like nobody wants to
Or
watch that.
all these people would have like extreme stress and trauma, and they'd be all curled up in little, fetal
You're right.
balls.
We'd watch the whole show, they'd all be crying and screaming and curled up in little balls. You're right.
Yeah, they have to, onward and upward.
Yeah. Yeah. But they do at least again sharing information. Maybe not the information I want, but at least they're sharing information. Mom, just tell us what you need to tell us. We don't want your new haircut. Yeah, she probably should have said that. Uh, and yes, that's my point. She didn't have to say they were going to have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Um, that was, yeah, my whole point. But yeah, the point of this conversation is them telling Julie about the dolls. And more than that, Tabitha is explaining about the reincarnation. This was such a quick explanation. Like, I don't know if she even really, I guess, explained it very well to them. Like, I kind of question, does Ethan even understand what she means? I don't know. Um, but
You
yeah,
think
she,
you also think that Julie at this point would be like, I think I could story walk, and I saw a man eating a liver in my dream that was walking during the day.
uh-huh, uh-huh. No,
Not
I
even the
don't
yellow suit is the thing. A monster walking during the day. Just say it.
say
Even if it's
that.
wrong.
Or, but if she even mentioned the man in the yellow suit, then Ethan would be like, oh, like the yellow
Yeah.
suit we found. So that's why I feel like I
Uh-huh.
was so happy they're sharing information, but they're sharing the wrong information. Like that's I want to
Yeah.
like share the
And
right
then she
information.
goes off to smoke the devil's lettuce,
Yes.
as you do.
They definitely have everyone hating Tabitha more now that she told Victor off. Yes, 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 yes. Um, and I know we're not at this scene, but you're right about, especially after he said what he was doing was scary. Yeah, I didn't.
Mhm.
I know we're not at that scene yet, but I didn't like the way she did that when she's like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, I
Yeah.
get it. She was upset, but it was kind of cruel, and I didn't. Yeah, I didn't like that. Wes says, I feel like Ethan would understand. He's been open minded about the crazy things that happen longer than most adults were with this. He might. I'm just wondering, like, I guess a kid his age would understand reincarnation, right? I don't know. Somebody needs to
I'm
get
your
Victor.
mom, but I'm also Victor's mom.
Yeah. Yeah. I
A
don't know.
lot of moms.
Lot. It's a lot to take in. But yeah, she's like, I've been here before many times. I was Miranda, I was other people, and that's pretty much where that conversation goes. And Julie doesn't buy it. Which look, I get it. She's questioning things now, and she probably should. Although why people choose to question certain things and not others, I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know why they keep it to themselves, because even if I'm questioning it, I could say, well, this is what I saw. I don't know if it's relevant or not, because half the people in town, Boyd Kennedy and everybody else, are like, man in yellow suit, yes.
Yeah.
She says
And
anything.
that's the thing too, is like later on in the episode, Mariel, when they're having the conversation between everybody, she even says, this place will show you some fucked up things or whatever she says. And
Yeah.
Boyd, yeah, I thought of that. I question though the fact that does everybody know that? Because a lot of times when people see things, they're not telling people. But how many people in this town, if you think about it, like they said it in this episode and she said it in front of people, so maybe we're supposed to assume they know. But
Hmm.
how many people actually know that other people are seeing things. I mean, we have Elgin and Sarah, but most of the people have no clue about that storyline, right? Of
Right.
what happened. Nobody knows what Julie's seen.
Right.
And most of the people don't know about the man in yellow because they haven't told them.
But
So,
a goodly number of people. That would be
yeah,
enough if somebody said anything.
yeah. So I'm kind of questioning her saying, like, the town shows you weird things. Who actually knows that and has experienced that? And if they haven't, why didn't anybody question it? That's why I hate when they tell people things off screen because you don't know. Because, in my opinion, the only people that know that people see things are Elgin, Sarah, Boyd, Kenny, like, the main characters. And also, oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say to the person. And Christy. So yeah, I think most of them didn't. So I kind of question.
See, this is one of my critiques I had with this episode was there's a little bit of a step back in the whole "you're insane, this is crazy, this is weird" kind of thing they were doing like season 1 when people were like, "This is crazy, you're thinking crazy," but you're living in a city where it has monsters coming out at night.
Yeah, so
So you
why
could
is it
drop the
crazy?
crazy, insane, weird thing and just talk and then say, "Did I imagine this or not?" at the end, and then get all your notes.
Yeah,
You know,
oh, I totally agree.
it drives me crazy.
It does drive me crazy. I wish Julie would tell her mom and Sarah what she experienced at least. Yeah,
Or
like at least
anybody.
tell your family, or at least tell Boyd or something.
I thought she
Tell,
was
tell,
gonna I thought
tell
she was gonna tell Elgin in the diner, and she didn't.
Yeah, yeah, Elgin she could have told, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just question how many people, like, are we supposed to now assume everybody knows it, that the town makes you see things and hear things? I don't know because Marielle said that nobody reacted funny. So I'm thinking maybe it was off screen or it's sloppy writing. I'm not sure which, but
Mm.
okay, let's see. So Code Knox says y'all way too easy on Victor for me. I'm tired of him and his dad ish. Um, I like Victor, so I feel bad for Victor a lot of times. Yeah, I know not everybody does, but
Yeah.
I
I feel bad for Henry just because of his life having to deal with his missing family, and
yeah,
obviously
he lost his
he kept everything the same like from the 70s, and you know how much mourning he did. He thought they were always going to come back. How many years can you wait, or decades, and you think your family's still
I
coming
mean,
back?
he probably thought they were dead at a certain point,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, he lost his wife and his 2 children. I mean, when that's happened in real life and like somebody's been kidnapped or something, think about like, and the
Yeah.
parents never find out what happened. It's kind of the same thing, and it's awful because he
Mhm.
could be thinking any number of awful things. So yeah, I feel really bad for Henry too, and that's why he's still not dealing well with what's going on. Like he got him back, but his at least Victor, but that
Mhm.
doesn't negate everything else. Can we take a minute to applaud Harold's acting? No, my guy's on fire. Harold is very good in this episode. Although to be fair, I think most of them are, but yeah, he
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
goodness. Um, why doesn't Jade tell Boyd that they kill him every time? Like you're leaving out the important stuff. Okay, what do you mean by tell him, Susie? Because he did tell Boyd. So I'm a little confused by that. Jade did tell Boyd that, didn't he? When he was doing like when he was seeing it. I'm pretty sure he told him, or was that only what he saw? I'm trying to remember specifically the conversation. Jade.
It's during the trip, right? So we're not 100% certain.
Yeah, he said it. I feel like he said it out loud, but I guess the question is how much of what he said was said in the real world. I don't know.
Because I
I,
got that he was in the chair and he didn't leave the room, but Boyd was kind of guiding him so he would hear Jade say things, or,
I
help
would,
them if it got too weird.
yeah, that's kind of how I took it. That everything he told Boyd in the trip, he told him in real life. But
Yeah.
he has a good point. We don't know that. We're assuming that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I'm assuming that until I'm told otherwise, just
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
otherwise you can't. You don't know what. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. I had not thought of it that way, Maze. The show's dabbling in real world themes. The Monsters Administration making everything fake news. Had not thought of it like that. Let's see. Henry is mad that Tabitha is his wife's reincarnation because he's like, she's not even my type. Well, I won't accept. Hi, Dieter. Um, I felt so sad when Victor explained being alone all those years and lost his whole family and probably his dad to alcohol. Hence, Victor's mom left. He probably dealt with childhood trauma from Henry. Yes, he definitely had a lot of trauma. Did anyone
Yeah, but
notice?
I feel he only started drinking after they were gone, though.
Oh,
I
yeah, I kinda think that too, we don't know that. I know a
yeah,
lot of people said they thought that's why she
yeah,
left, but we really don't know.
yeah.
So what is the woman okay, so zooming in,
Oh,
I
that
see
thing, yeah.
yeah, that person's dressed in white, it's blue around them, I'm assuming is what you mean. Looking at it close up, it looks like somebody dressed in white with blue around them. Could be an Nkui kid, but why it would show blue, I don't know. That's interesting.
It kind of looks like a bigger version of that head we saw on the table in the other episode. That
A
face.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh, that
doll, like,
drawing that was upside down. That had the kind of white hair and the
the doll, the one we said was the doll, yeah, maybe.
yeah.
And this is definitely Tree in a Road, Crow. I never saw that one before. There's the ambulance up there and the camper and the truck. Does this mean we're gonna see a truck at some point? Because we haven't seen a truck, not this kind of truck, right? I mean, there's the truck in the pool, but it doesn't look like that, I don't think.
No, perhaps.
Well, considering there's a camper and an ambulance, it makes me wonder. I don't
Yeah.
know what that thing is. I guess a tire. I don't know. He's
What
got
is
some
it?
interesting things. A tire? I don't know. What is it? It looks like something, maybe a record he's drawn on in chalk. I don't know. But there
Film
is
canister?
maybe because there's like six
Oh, a
things.
hubcap?
Maybe
Or
I don't know. Victor's got a lot of junk in there. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, he does.
Oh, Susie says it's calling it a record thing.
Oh,
It's a
record
map
thing.
of the town. It has a sun on top and the moon on bottom, and the house is around the circle with a web at the center. Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Could be. Definitely could be. I had not noticed that or looked at that before, but I guess everybody seems to agree with that. So, cool. No, I hadn't seen it, and I hadn't really looked at it before. Um, so I don't know. There's one more drawing now that I'm here. We might as well look at. I don't know what it is. It's upside down.
Mhm.
Faces. I don't know. Faces,
Looks like
black.
two people. Two people,
Yeah,
like a mom and
not
a child or something.
yeah, not really sure what it is. And also, isn't that a radio? They have another radio? It looks like a radio and a transistor kind of, doesn't it? I
Sure.
don't know because I don't know a lot about that kind of stuff, but to me it kind of looks like what I've seen on television of like another,
Yeah, yeah. Agree.
so maybe he's trying to fix something up, who knows. Wes, that's what I thought, but there's only 6. So I think they might be right about it being houses because there is 6, not 7. Although I don't know how many houses there are in the town. I've never counted them to be honest, but yeah, there's 6. Whoop, did that not go on? I thought I put it on the screen. It didn't go on. But yeah, there's 6. Okay. So anyway, this is where Boyd tries to tell them about Tabitha being reincarnated, and Henry gets really pissed and doesn't want to know. And he's like, Victor, you don't have to listen to this. And I like though that, and somebody commented on this. I'm trying to see where it was. I thought they did. I thought I started. I apologize, guys. I thought I started somewhere. But it's interesting that Victor is kind of like, I'm okay. Like Victor's usually the one that does not handle things until Henry came. And I
Mhm.
feel almost like Victor is being the adult right now. And
Yeah.
Henry is the one that's freaking out. And it's very interesting, that irony.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, Victor takes it a little better, I guess.
Mhm.
And yes, thank you, B. Yeah, guys, come on. There's like half as many people. Not I'm averaging. That's not exactly half, but about half as many people
We're
that like.
mathing.
No, actually now there's 34 people watching and only 15 likes. So now there's less than
There
half.
we go. Yeah.
So guys, please hit that like button. Let us know what you think. And if you don't like it, let us know why. We want, yeah, or you'll spend a night in the box or end up attacked by the dolls, something. We'll do something
Or
to you.
you'll get us egg smashed on you.
Or you'll get an egg smashed on you. Yeah. So please do hit that like button. Wait, hold on. I lost my picture. Let's see. Lucas, whoops, sorry, meant to click on that. Lucas said, is there a lake of tears at the center? I I mean, there's something blue at the center. Could it be a lake?
Mhm.
Your guess is as good as mine, Lucas.
To me, it
I don't
looks like two people. It looks like a portrait of two people upside down.
No, he means on the
Oh,
record.
that thing?
Yeah,
The
I
spider
don't
web thing? Yeah, I don't know.
it's hard to tell. Uh yes, Dieter will come for you, or Sophia. I like that, or Sophia.
Take your pick.
One of them. One of them. Susie said Henry's freakouts are making him stronger in a way, but from experience, there's a lot of clues that Henry was an alcoholic when Victor was young. Maybe why it was just the three of them. Could be. Yeah. I mean, look, I've never lived with an alcoholic, so
Yeah.
I don't really have, experience to know, but you could be right. I'm just saying they've never actually,
Yeah.
said
Except for the fact when he told Tabby that him and his wife used to do drugs and drink.
Well, yeah, there's that, but
That
that
came
doesn't
up.
necessarily make him an alcoholic, though.
Yeah, I don't
That
really think he was, but I mean, that's the only
partake
evidence on
he
the other
partook
side.
he partook in some
He
things. It doesn't
partook.
he partook. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. What is that? Okay, it's like a
But,
flashlight. There's another car too, like a Jeep, like an army Jeep or something. Interesting.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought it looked like something
It's
else.
okay. We can go through all these pictures if you
No,
want.
no, it looked like something else when I looked at it really quick, and I'm like, "There's no way that's what I thought that was." So I was
What
curious.
did you think it was?
I'm not going to repeat what I think it was.
Oh,
It's just sitting there, and then I'm like, "No, Victor wouldn't have that." Yeah. So I don't know. Uh, Thank you, Dieter. Appreciate that. Dieter gifted a membership, so somebody will get that membership. I never can figure out. It'll pop up there somewhere. Let's see.
that's cool.
It tells, doesn't it? The code
It'll
knocks. Yay. I think I no, I see I can't put it on because it's on YouTube, but Code Knox received the membership. So thank you,
Nice.
Dieter. Very, very appreciated. Thank you. I need to start giving you guys more exclusive content. And I will post if, like I said before, if you guys are survivor level or above, like when I post the 2 from interviews that are coming, you'll get it a little bit beforehand. So that's to make it special. All right. So where'd I go? Okay. So yeah, Victor takes it better. The other important thing about this scene is that after Henry leaves, Victor says that they need to find out more. I'm happy to get, no, I'm sorry, Dieter. I cannot do that. I know you're joking. Victor says they need to find out more about the man in yellow. And he's like, what's this have to do with the man in yellow? And he says it could be everything, that if he's back, it could be happening all over again. And I'm assuming he's thinking about the massacre at the moment when he does that. So yeah, at least he gets the man in yellow is important, even if they don't tell anybody else, which is a problem, but All right. So then we go to here. Now, here is the scene in Colony House where everybody finds out everything. But again, off
well, not
screen.
everything.
Not everything. They find out about thanks, Code Dogs. He tells them about the reincarnation and about the children's bones. So yes, you're right. Not everything, but tells them a lot. Look, all I have to say is we have been complaining for so long that they don't talk. So I have to at least, appreciate that that they're talking, right? Even if it's not everything we want it to be, at least they're talking. Bokta asks if they're all reincarnated. Jade says he doesn't think so. And Christy here has the good question where she's like, but this all came from a mushroom trip. Like, how do we know this is true? Different than anything else. This is just like every other insane theory. And then this is when Boyd says, yeah, I was the first one to call bullshit on it. But he says, Jade saw something he couldn't have known about, the door behind the wall. And also the knowledge comes at a cost message that they believe that's what happened, why Jim was killed, because they remembered this stuff. And I feel like, wait, Dieter's right though. Boyd tells Sophia everything, keep it a secret. Yes, I feel like they should have been like, okay, let's kick everybody new out of the I know they can't really do
Yeah,
that, but
what's happening? Like Sarah painted her room purple, but like Sophia hasn't even been back to even enjoy that. Just
yeah,
took
yeah,
off.
she didn't appreciate it. She didn't appreciate it.
I
Um,
guess.
but I worry though with this conversation because Boyd's like, okay, we think we know how to go home. Jade and Tabitha have been here before, and then he's like, oh yeah, Jim was killed because they remembered things. So I feel like this could backfire.
Hmm.
I feel like two things could happen. Either this is going to make people scared to do anything because knowing Jim died,
Yeah.
or it's going to make people, or when he's saying to them, the fact that they're scared means they're scared of us. I also worry that if people believe that, is that going to make them reckless? So I think it could really go either way. It could end up a bad thing. And yeah, he's like, when your enemy threatens you and tries to scare you, it's because they're scared of you. I mean, that could be true. Is that true? I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
that's like saying to a kid when they're like a kid and you say like, "Oh, well if that boy teases you, that means he likes you." Like it could be true. It doesn't mean it is true.
Yeah.
So are they scared of him? Is Sophia scared of him? She don't seem very scared to me. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
She
I
seemed
don't.
kind of vaguely amused when the totem was being passed around later on.
Yeah, like she was asking him things I think to understand the plan, but yeah, she didn't
Yeah.
seem that concerned to me. Um Now, in this scene, okay, in the next scene, I should say, I did this a little early. Why does Henry say you cannot save dead things? Um, he's telling Jade that he can't save the children because they're already dead. Which he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I gotta get that statement. Excuse me, I don't think that's exactly what Jade means. He means, save their souls, but yeah, I get that. But it does make me wonder, like, is there more to it than that? Who knows?
Hmm.
And why is Boyd walking around with the totem looking like a shaman? To tell everybody his plan.
I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, he wants everybody to know his plan. Okay.
I mean, I thought he was kind of more like Jesus because he was healing people and bringing them back from the dead, but shaman also works.
Yeah, well, but he didn't well, he may have brought back Donna, so I guess there's that. There's that. Um, okay, wait. Dieter says hospital scene was manipulation because of Sophia's blood. Why would Victor be in the hallucination since everyone is stuck? Yeah, I don't think it's real, but that's my own opinion. I don't know.
Well,
I know
it's to make it seem like it's a dream, like with Abby, like, oh, if you die here, you can go home, or you're always been in a coma. You just have to do this thing, and probably a bad thing.
Yeah. I tend to think because he's the only one that sees it that it isn't real. That's my own opinion. But I do have to wonder. I think I had said this last week, but remember how we had the conversation before with Doug that he agreed that it seemed like the man in yellow when he's like, "Oh, I liked you, Jim. It's too bad
Yeah,
that like, maybe he really meant it." I was
yeah,
thinking about that during that scene when they're in the bar in
yeah.
the last episode, and thinking like Henry's telling him all these awful things that happened to him, and there's like a small part of me that was like, but what if this is the truth? And what if
Hmm.
Sophia felt bad for him? And so she's like,
Yeah.
I'll release you from this hell. I mean, I don't think that's the case, but that did go through my mind for a moment there.
Or even she has to do bad stuff for him. She doesn't, it's just like part of the game. I'm sorry. You're just like a pawn,
Yeah.
you know. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. They have to figure out what the man in yellow is, that he can shapeshift into a young woman, that she faked coming with her father. That's a lot to figure out. It is a lot to figure out. Golden Child says Boyd was definitely role playing Moses with his staff. Shout out to the Egypt Zoo. Yeah, there was, you talked about Egypt before. There was a couple Egypt
Yeah.
pictures. And who was it had something on their wall that I thought, oh, when they show the hospital, there's pictures that look like they're from Egypt too. When we get there, I'll zoom in on them. Bill says that Jade sure can play. I don't know if this is what Bill meant by that, but that I know obviously that's from the violin, but that
Hmm.
makes me think like, what if it means play the game, right? Like, how do we know?
Hmm.
Um, David says this episode puts everything in question, real or magic, reincarnation or not, dream or not, is the hospital scene manipulation or reality? You are right, David. There is a lot of questions after this episode. I totally wouldn't be mad if the ending was them waking up in a hospital if they try to make the story tie into real life instead of magic. I would be okay with that other than they kind of told us it wasn't. I have
Yeah.
to go back and listen to exactly what they said wasn't. But I feel like they say something like it's not fake, it's real or something to that effect, the writers said.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
They've said a lot of things.
they've said a lot of things, yeah. Drunk man's rants or sober man's thoughts. Henry thinks they're all dead. He's getting close to Abby thinking. Um, I think that might be where it's going to. I kind
Mhm.
of figured that. Townspeople never talk, but all of a sudden Sophia's getting all the intel. Maybe she's
Mhm.
getting to talk. Who knows? I Pixie Vine. All right. Also, AlphaFold had said, could the man in yellow be present during the Abbey timeline itself?
Mhm.
That goes back to the mole question. I I would like to think no, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
But
really
we
don't.
don't even know who was in the town, like all the people that were in the town when
We don't.
yeah,
So there could have been somebody that was dressed up like somebody
yeah.
else or looked like somebody else.
Mhm.
Um, whoops. Theater says if they are all in the hospital, it means it didn't happen, so I'd be pissed. Same.
Yeah, that's would be a horrible end.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't know that I wouldn't necessarily hate the ending other than it's fake. Like that's the part I don't like is the fake part. I feel like Dominion Yellow's plans failed more than anyone's. Well, I mean they're still going around in these cycles, so it hasn't worked completely, that's for sure. Every post religion has its origins in Egypt, according to Kai Bellion. There is a lot of Egyptian in other stories. And we also hear about the whole thing with Fatima being told these stories too. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. Please like and subscribe. If you don't like, if you don't like and subscribe, then I will sing. And they don't want me to sing.
Oh,
You don't trust me. You do not want to hear me sing. It's like a bad episode of American Idol. You don't want to hear that. Uh,
great. I wanna hear it.
I do not sing in public.
It's too bad.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me sing.
But
So yeah, he's told they've told a lot of people things in this scene, and he does say they're scared of them, but I don't necessarily feel like they're yeah, I don't think she's scared. I don't think she acts like she's scared. Um, and then we have Henry who comes in, he's like, everything they're telling you is not true. They shouldn't be saying it, it's not right. And Jade does go after them. And this is where he says what we had talked about a little bit before, where Jade's telling him that Miranda wanted to save the children. He's trying to finish what she started. And he says, you might think you're helping people and are smart enough to get everyone home, but only thing you'll cause is more pain. You can't save dead things no matter how smart you think you are. So,
it's
yes,
a
I
lot
do.
like the Julies in the pilot, once you're dead, you're gone.
Yeah, sometimes certain lines they stick out to you, and you just don't know why. They ruled out dreams in purgatory, but dreams are just when sleeping, and purgatory is after death. And Catholicism from is between life and death, and the collective unconscious is living life. Okay, that's a good point, and that's why I said I feel like I want to go back to that interview and listen to exactly what they said. Because
Yeah.
if they didn't say, I thought maybe they said something like it's really happening, and that is I could be wrong. I honestly don't remember, so don't take my word for it. If
Mhm.
they said it's truly happening, then it can't be a lot of things. If they said they're not dreaming, you're
Yeah.
right. A coma is not dreaming. So they're different things. I mean, it's semantics, but
Yeah.
you're not wrong. It is
Tricky.
something. Yeah. Um, what is with Tabitha not touching the instruments that give her visions? Uh, thank you for liking Papa Socks. Wait, what is with Tabitha not touching the instruments?
What instruments?
Yeah, I'm not sure that give her visions. I'm not sure what you mean, Papa Socks. And I hope you liked it on Sci-Fi Vision too. I know you watch on NDP Media, which is fine, but I hope you give us both a like there. Um, okay, let's see. If Henry really thinks about this, if you think Tabitha came and got you, so it's like your wife came back for you. That's true. Yeah, maybe that should make him feel a little better. Sophia needs no information from the town. She spent all day in the bar with Chatty Cathy and Henry, so she knows everything except Jade's info on the town killing him. Okay, fair. From his representation of the place we send ourselves to when we're suffering, save the children represents sending love to your inner child, which is what reprograms the central nervous system. I'm assuming you mean still maybe about if you're in a coma, but I'm not entirely sure. But yes, I could see that. I could see that, David. All right. Either way, Henry is having a hard time. So yeah, they're gonna go talk about their plans now. And then we have Julie outside smoking her weed pot, whatever, wherever she got
lettuce.
Yeah, she's smoking. Her mother catches her and she's like, I need this to chill after what you just told me, you crazy lady, right? That's kind of what she says.
Well, if you just say what she said before, it makes the screams go away.
Yeah, she did say that before, but now she's basically like, it makes you go away.
It makes my mom go away.
It makes you go away. No, I mean, there's some jokes about her smoking it and Ethan, not knowing about it. It's not really important. But she needs some alone time. She tells her mother she's not okay, but she's not going to hurt herself. Of course, this really sucks because moments after she leaves,
of course,
I need you to do something with me that's scary. And it's like, if only you had stayed 5 more minutes, Julie.
Victor comes up and he's like, man in yellow suit, man in yellow suit, man in yellow suit.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, the point of this scene is also, though, that Julie doesn't believe what her mother's saying. Julie thinks she's being told things that isn't true and that she shouldn't be believing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then, there's Victor. And this is where he says, I need to find out about the man in yellow, which means needs to do something that's scary. And will you come with me? So yeah, he wants his, if he, because I think he might even ask her. Does he ask her there if she's his mother? I don't know. But yeah, he wants somebody with him. I think it's sweet and smart that he's, asking her and talking to her and can't help him. She's been motherly to him even before she knew. So she's helped him in the past. All right. So this is basically the conversation that is like, we need to make a plan. It's not really a plan. It's a, we need to make a plan. Yeah. They need
the plan to make the plan.
Plan to make a plan. They're like, we need to think of all the things that could go wrong. We need to come up with all the questions we need. Boyd's smart. He's saying we need to talk to Randall because he watches them and sees some of their patterns. But we have to know exactly where the chamber is, how we have to dig, how we're going to get out. I think he says how not to get killed. And so we got to figure out who else has been in the tunnels. We need to make a map. We need to know how many monsters there are. So yeah, I think they're all good questions and all things that they need to do. I guess I wouldn't say it's a plan to make a plan. It's just it's like the pre-planning, I guess. They're planning, but it's not the actual trying to get the bones. It's the what are we going to do before that. So at least they're trying to think things through, which I appreciate. But this is also where Boyd says, we just told everyone downstairs some messed up stuff, and the longer they stew on it, the greater chance someone gets it in their head to do something stupid. And that's kind of was my point earlier. Like, was it good you told them all that? I don't know. Papa Sock said, sometimes Tabitha touches items in Fromville and it sparks a vision, but then she pulls away and releases the item and the vision stops. One vision came when she touched the shed. I'll be honest, Papa Socks, when she's had visions, I never connected them to what she was touching.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, so if she didn't this time, I would say I never noticed she did. You could be right. I never really paid attention to what she was touching. Sorry, I didn't know that had anything to do with that, which it could. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I hadn't noticed it.
Yeah, I didn't make any connection between her visions and anything she touched either. Like, I mean, she could just study herself up against the shed wall and then have a vision, but it doesn't mean she got the vision for touching the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't necessarily
But she
know.
could have.
She could have.
So,
We don't know. A lot of things we don't know.
yeah.
How many days, weeks, months do you think gone by since the Matthews family arrived? If it's only a few months, no one is questioning how fast Ethan is growing up.
It's like 27 days.
Yeah, it's been
Something
like
like that, like 30 days now. I guess
about
it's
a
been
month.
a couple of days. I think when the
Yeah,
season started, it was 27 days or something like that, and now it's like maybe 30 days.
something. I know
Around a
some of
month.
the actors have commented on it, but I stopped keeping track of it. But yeah, it's probably been about a month, so it hasn't been that long. You're not wrong about Ethan, but I mean, there's not a whole lot they can do about that other than recast him. So
I thought they were gonna do the same thing. I thought they were either gonna strand him in time, so when they found him, he'd just be older, or they do a boy in white with him and just be like, "The town's changing, and you are changing.
yeah,
Everyone's changing."
Ethan is human. It's a little harder. It's like tall
True.
wall. You get over it. Tabitha needs to find more personal items of Miranda to trigger more past life memories. Yeah, and that is true. It going back to what Papa Sock said, it did seem like she had that memory when she touched the car. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
it did. But I never noticed it before or never thought about it before until you mentioned it. But now that I think about it, it did seem like she saw it when she saw the car, but I didn't think of it as like she touched the car, like she saw the car.
Yeah, I just thought she was seeing the car and then had a reflection of Miranda driving the car, and it didn't mean if she touched her.
Yeah. So it could go either way, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and Alice mentioned when she touched Victor, maybe she thought saw things. Yeah. I guess sometimes maybe she does, other times maybe not. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like I said, I never really noticed it. So
Yeah.
all right. Then they're still doing their planning. And then we have Acosta outside with the Viewmaster. Somebody said she has it upside down. It's not upside down.
It's
Is
not
it
upside down.
Yeah.
I
Says
had
Acosta.
one. I've had one.
Yeah, that's not upside down. So I'm
It's
I'm not
not
sure
upside
about
down.
that, Susie.
The curves where your eyes go.
Yeah,
I do like it when the Void looks through it. It looks like he has eyeballs looking through the other side. They lit it like that, and it was kind of weird.
wow, that I didn't notice. That's cool. Uh Ethan's grown nearly as much as the boy in white or Jade's hair. Jade's beard, anyway, maybe.
That was a crazy beard for a month.
And it is. It's quite a crazy beard. Um, but he talks to Costa again. Nothing really happens other than she knows now it wasn't just busy work what he gave her. She asks about the reincarnation because she doesn't quite believe it.
Yeah.
And he does tell her that he needs more people to look into what's in the basement. They also need people to look into the storeroom, that they want him to look. She wants him to look at all the old shit from the other decades and the other people that lived there to try to find out anything about the man in the yellow suit. But yeah, he wants to know what could be waiting for them, know as much about the man in yellow as he can. Right now, all they know is he was there in the 70s and he had a suit. And she gives him the Viewmaster. Okay, we'll get to that one when we get to the vehicle stuff. Okay, so Boyd picks it up and he sees a picture of his wife. Hey, Neo, welcome. He sees a picture of himself and his wife, which is obviously an old photoshopped photo.
Yes, because I thought they're both military people. They have really great hair for being, right out of the military.
That's true. They do. Maybe yeah, it would be after they were in the military. So that's a good point. But either way, it's clearly an old Photoshop photo because it is really them from a long time ago. So he's looking through. Yeah, it does kind of look like eyes. I see what you're saying. Is this actually a brand Viewmaster? What's it say? Yeah, it's a Viewmaster. It's a Viewmaster. Okay, so pyramids. The Egypt. There is a city. Do you know what city that is? Because I'm bad at figuring that out. I'm not sure.
It looks like New York because it had the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, does it? I'm looking.
Another shot, like Ellis Island or something.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It does look like that further. Okay. So maybe New York, probably New York. If the Statue of Liberty's there, definitely New York.
I wonder if that's maybe where they got hitched.
Maybe. I don't know. But
it'd be really interesting if like New York's where they got married and then they vacationed somewhere like this for their honeymoon, like this like Viewmaster knows Boyd.
Yeah, but I wonder, like, wouldn't they have told us that if that was the case? And you know what? I didn't get the one image that I meant to get. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can find the one I wanted because I think this one picture I do think is like an Easter egg to be funny. Um, Here it is. Let me get it. It should refresh in a second here. Let me see if it shows up. Oh, it'll all of a sudden. There it is. Nope. Wait, this one. I swear that's Hawaii. To me, that looks like the beach from Lost, and I think that's an Easter egg and just kind
Mm.
of a joke. I really do. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they just threw it in there as a joke. Um, oh, I like that. Ellis Island. Yeah, it could be Ellis Island.
Oh, Ellis
I know
Island.
that it's Ellis
That's how.
Island,
That's where we conceived our firstborn child.
but I like the idea. No, no, I said if you do not like the video, I will sing to you and you will not like it very much. You don't want to hear that. But yeah, anyway, I think it's that just looks like a normal beach, but the other one just to me looked kind of like Lost, and I might be reaching, but I think it's an Easter egg. All right, so he obviously is having um hallucinations of some kind again, seeing crazy shit. He talks to Christy, and Christy says that she thinks Dawn is okay cognitively. She can't tell for sure because she doesn't have an MRI or CRT, but she thinks she's doing okay. And the hard part's going to get her to take it easy. But she's mad at him. She's like, "You should have told me before about Jade and Tabitha. I thought we were supposed to be in this together." And he's like, "Oh, we are." And then he proceeds to lie to her 10 seconds later. All right.
Yep.
Because yeah, because she's like, "Have you been having other?" Have you? He says he's okay with the tremor. She's like, "Have you been seeing anything else?" "Oh no, no, just that once." Yeah. What I was trying to remember though, what was it he told her he saw? Do you remember? Because I don't remember what it was he said.
I
Mean,
can't remember exactly in
we've
the scene.
seen him see a couple things that we assume may or may not be hallucinations. So I just couldn't remember what he told her specifically.
He said it was just that one thing he saw, and I
Yeah,
can't remember.
no, I
I
just
think it was
was
Abby
trying
or something that he saw.
Was it something with Abby? That's what I was trying to remember what he told her. I didn't
Yeah,
know
he
if it was
just told her one time, but it's
right.
been
They didn't
happening
tell us.
more, way more than one time.
Right, right. But I mean, they didn't tell us what because I couldn't remember if it was about the hands in the grave, if it was about the ring. I didn't remember what it was about. Um, the one thing people high cartoonish lovers, the one thing people aren't commenting on is that the monster knew what the plan was. So the girl in yellow communicated or what? Um, Probably, but I also don't you also kind of feel like he comes out with that and stabs him with it like they know that it's not
Yeah.
real. So I
Mhm.
I don't think he necessarily knew he was about to stab him, but he knew it wouldn't work when he saw it.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, you know what though? They did seem to know that they were waiting though, and like started covering the doors.
Yeah,
Like
they kind of knew ahead of time.
yeah, it was like
They can hear what's going on in that cave system, I think.
they might be, but they it did seem to make it seem more like a coordinated attack, like they did know. So I don't know. Maybe she's talking to them. Um, yeah, Dieter, if you put the link in the chat. Yeah, everybody, please make sure you do check out Dieter and Fletcher's From Fromaholic channel to see their From video they made. So please check that out. But yeah, you can put the link in the chat. It's probably easier if you do it. Yeah, it didn't work. Whoops, it didn't work. It was just the beginning of the link. So he goes in to see Donna, and I love Donna.
Me
She's
too.
like, "You thought it would be a good idea to gather a house full of emotionally unstable people and spend the night talking about reincarnation and the bones of dead children."
Mhm.
Uh, and he's like, "I didn't have a choice." She says, "That's because you took a sledgehammer to my wall." Like she's busy complaining about that, but she's joking. But it's funny. She's like, "Do we have to worry about it?" He says, "No, it's sealed." But Jade put a talisman on it just in case. And then she's like, "Did you bury Roger?" And he's like, "Oh no, I forgot about Roger." Is basically what that reaction is. He forgot Roger, poor Roger. Um, I mean, I think most people figured something was going to happen because they did leave Roger in the shed for something bad to happen. But he tells her that they need to find a place to bury people because the cemetery's full. I feel like this would have been a perfect opportunity just to say the pastor and Jim and Tilly and like fix the fact that they forgot about Tilly. But no, they don't do that. He doesn't
Well, we're
mention.
rushing Tilly under the rug for obvious reasons. The
Yeah,
lies.
yeah, I don't know. I just wonder if we're gonna get it, but probably not. Boyd told Sophia the plan, and the monsters knew to cover the doors. Hopefully, that with a bag of teeth and is what helps him uncover Sophia as the mole, and this act averts the mask or this cycle. Um, I don't know, but he did tell her the plan, so there's a good chance she did talk to him. But who knows? Maybe they know for other ways. He does tell her the plan about how since the totems could kill the dolls, that maybe they can hurt the monsters. So he's like, I'm gonna grab one and stab it. And she's like, that's a terrible idea. And more than that, she's like, okay, so even if you do kill one, they're gonna come back. And
They're going to impregnate someone.
yeah, are you really gonna make somebody do that again and go through that again, which she just went through? But I also get Boy's point. He's kind of like, it's kind of like he's saying, the right, we'll do one thing at a time. We need to get down in the tunnels, and that might keep us alive, is kind of what he's saying. That's his idea. Okay. And then we have Acosta and all these red shirts that we don't know. I have no idea who these people are, but they got some screen time.
No Clara.
No Clara. It's still no Clara. I don't know about that. Okay, so she's talking to them. She's kind of dividing them up. We need people to go in the storage room, people to go in the basement. And then that's when Boyd comes out carrying the totem, and Sophia stands there watching him. So yeah, she knows something's going on. I still question how there's a totem in Colony House if they were all in the shed, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, wait. Donna sure is cocky after being saved by Boyd. If not for him, she'd be given up on by the nurse and pediatrician. If she died. That's all I say. If she died.
Well, she also doesn't know what happened in that.
That's true.
Boyd didn't come up to her and say, I resurrected you like Jesus.
Yeah, he didn't say that. Yeah. Go in the tunnels at night when they're out. Fatima can control Smiley feel perfect. Well, they didn't know that at this point, but yeah, they could try that, definitely. Sorry, what?
I wasn't expecting that. We'll get to the Kenny scene, but I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
threw me for a loop.
The bag of teeth that has one tooth of everyone that got killed in the previous cycle. That's why he abandoned that one. Now Manuel is collecting new teeth. That's his favorite part. Oh, you're saying it could be just that cycle as opposed to all the cycles. It could be. I hadn't even thought about that.
I thought he was going to open up the glove box in the car when he went over to it. Victor was, and like just a bunch of teeth were going to fall out. I didn't think they would be in a bag.
Well, they're in a nice, neat bag.
Yeah, they are. They're nice and orderly, yes.
Nice, neat, orderly bag. All right. So we have Roger here in the shed. And this is Christy and Marielle's conversation.
Hanging out with dead Raj.
Yeah,
dead creepy Raj.
I have a question about this, because this is again where who do you believe? Because I don't think that this necessarily was confirming something. I think this was just what he said. But I've said all along, I don't know that I buy what Marielle is saying about people can't leave. But earlier tonight, Harold Perrineau said on X that Roger can't leave. So is he confirming that, or is that just his theory, or is it just a tweet and it doesn't mean anything? Probably.
Well, Roger can't leave because his soul's trapped there?
That's what he meant, I assume. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to say, like, does that mean it's confirmed because the actor said it, or is that just, it could just be his theory? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there because
depends how the question's asked, because I always ask, what do you think? I don't ask.
No, he was just typing different stuff live during the
I see. Yeah.
And said something to the effect of now Roger can't. I forget exactly what he said, because I actually commented back on it. I can tell you exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because that would kind of confirm what Mari says that
Right.
they're
I don't think he would actually confirm something, so I tend to think that it's just, you know,
yeah.
whoops, what he said. Damn it, where'd it go? Hold on one second. I clicked off of it by mistake. Um, are you done? Okay, hold on. Okay, he said, big reveal. Roger doesn't get to go. I mean, the way he said it kind of makes it sound like a confirmation, but I don't know because that could just be something he tweeted that was his opinion, you know? I
Yeah.
don't know how to take that because he did say big reveal. So I don't know. If you think he knows what he's talking about, then maybe it is confirmed. I honestly don't know. That's why I tweeted something with him. Like I thought it was a theory, but since you say it, it's kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, this is where Mariel has the conversation about her mother saying when people died, they go someplace else. You just can't see where, this transition period, but that everybody in this town, they don't get to go because they're all still here. All these souls are still stuck, and that they need to help with the bones. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just a theory, but now I'm kind of questioning that maybe it's more than a theory. But I also don't think that that he would give away something. So
Yeah.
either we one of two things: either we were supposed to take it that it was
Yeah.
confirmed, and we just didn't. I'm not taking it that way, or he didn't mean anything by it, and it was just his opinion because he wouldn't like purposely, spoil something. Let's see. Cartoon Lover says, I think she's right because Sophia was able to bring someone's soul back, implying the souls are somehow trapped there. But it wasn't really Roger though. That's my question. Like, I don't know that what she brought back was necessarily really
Like
Roger.
she could have animated a corpse,
Yes,
you know,
that
a
was
body, a
more how
soul,
I
or whatever. Like kind of like just a giant, kind of like a voodoo doll, like a
yeah,
zombie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that is what I thought. But I see David kind of said the same thing. Sophia woke it's like Sophia woke the real Roger up and he freaked out. The reason why I question that is he didn't just like rip the stitches open. He like ripped his whole jaw off again. Like if that's
Yeah.
really him, why would he like rip his face apart?
That was pretty gnarly.
It is. It's gnarly. Okay, and whoops. I see Code Knox thought what I did. She reanimates, not brings souls back. So yeah. Just Stacy Lee says Cautry confirmed it to Boyd. Okay, expand upon that, Stacy. What do you mean by he confirmed it? By saying what? Um, uh, says he did bring his soul back, or else he wouldn't be desperate to act like his human self. I mean, I don't know. Do you think he acted like his human self? He attacked the people.
No, I
So,
did not.
so yeah, I don't know that I
He
did.
wasn't like, "Hey, I'm Roger." He was more like, "Hey, I'm Monster. I'm gonna drag this guy down the stairs." Patrick, my new favorite red shirt, drag him down the
Oh,
stairs.
he has a name. I didn't even know his name.
Yeah, he has a name.
Uh, Neos or Jason says it sounded like Roger. Um, I mean, I think it might have been the actor, but I don't know. I don't know. Stacy says I think it was him when he was transformed into a doll. Then we saw him a colonoscopy. He had those teeth. Yeah, and where the hell did the teeth come from? That is the other question I have. Is where the teeth came from. It's similar to
What teeth?
Sophia waking up the
The one in
past.
the bag or other?
No, in his mouth, the sharp teeth, like where the hell they came from, what they
Oh,
were.
yeah.
It's similar to Sophia waking up the pastor. She did wake up the pastor. That part I would agree with. But okay, Susie says he didn't. Whoops. Konak says he would ask for help. Susie says he didn't attack anyone. He grabbed. He like grabbed blinding. I don't know exactly what that was supposed to say, but he did sort of grab blindly. But I thought it was an attack.
Well, he was pulling Patrick down the stairs.
Yeah, he
He
didn't
tried to
really
go
know.
up the stairs and he grabbed him and he was pulling him down.
Yeah, Cartoon Lover saying he didn't know he was in hell and the people screaming were actually demons he couldn't see. I
It's
don't
true.
know.
It's true
Yeah,
though.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly, RC. If he brought Roger back, if she brought Roger back, why would he be able to rip his face off and not feel the real pain? Um, yes, you did. And when we get to that, I'll put the capture up. Yeah, I didn't know if he knew that he couldn't see. I don't, honestly, guys, I don't know. Scrambled Roger. No. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought he was reanimated. I didn't think it was him, but it seems like
Mhm.
we all kind of think differently. So
Well, he probably would have been freaking out either way if you can't see.
yes, I just wouldn't think that you would rip your face apart. And yes, it
It's
did
very
seem like
monstery, like he
yeah,
was. Yeah,
and it did seem like the totem killed him. So,
yeah.
although to be fair, if he was a reanimated human, being stabbed through the gut with a totem would also probably kill him. Just saying.
Mhm.
So I don't know that that really tells one way or another. The bot, he was dead. Maybe that's why it deformed when he ripped his mouth up. I thought it was ripping his jaw back off the way the doll ripped it off. To me, that's what it looked like.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Either way, Marielle thinks the souls don't get to leave, and she says they need to help them with the bones. So that's what that scene is in reference to. And then we have, is that Kenny? I can't see what it is. Or Ellis. It's Ellis. So Boyd talks with Ellis about what he's going to do. This is where they explain that the monsters are spread out down the street and that they have patterns. They can use that. They need to catch one, stab it, and then go into one of the buildings. Even if they block the station, they have plenty of exits along the streets. The problem is nobody can go outside and open a door for them. They're like, stand by. And like he tells Sarah later, I'll need you there. Like nobody can open the door without the monsters necessarily coming in. So I'm not sure how much that helps, but
Mhm.
this is his plan. Again, not the best plan. Um, but he does say that they won't expect them to head straight at them. They're usually scared of them. So I guess the thing is they wouldn't have expected if he hadn't have told Sophia.
Yeah.
Right? Um, I'm gonna need higher stakes. No one is getting unalived. Roger was just realived. Yeah,
People are coming back now. If the Sophie eggs Tilly, she might come back.
yeah, maybe.
That'd be
We
cool.
get,
That would be cool if she egged Tilly and Tilly came back and said, "Fatima killed me."
yeah, that'd be creepy. We can see it was him before ripping his face, confronting the fact that the doll had sewn his face. We can see a human being not accepting of these fate in seconds. You know, honestly, I thought that at the beginning until he ripped his face apart.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I don't. Yeah, back to the baseline of ninja. Yeah, that's kind of my point. Like I thought that at first, and then I thought, but if that was the case, he would have just ripped his mouth open, not ripped his whole jaw off. Um, the point of the episode is to show the talisman don't work on the talismans don't work on the dolls, Roger smashing through the doors, and the totems don't work on the nightmare creatures, just the dolls. Very
Yeah.
true. Very true. Yeah, because Roger just came in and opened the door. That's how he was able to get in. They need to lock
Mhm.
them too, put a talisman on
Yeah.
them. So yeah, no, you're right. They don't, one now do they work on all nightmare creatures in or nightmares in the forest, just not the creatures, or do they only work on that specific nightmare? Do they only work if Tabby does it? Because I forget what we were talking about last night in the watch party. Somebody was saying that if Victor had stabbed I don't even remember, but was saying that it had to do with who.
Mhm.
Um, hi, Leox Legend, I guess it is. Welcome. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Um, so yeah, this is their plan. Not the smartest plan, but this is their plan. Um, Ellis doesn't like that Boyd's going to be the one to go out, which isn't surprising either on either side of that. If Boyd doesn't figure out that it was Sophia who's the traitor, then Boyd is not as smart as I thought. Huh. How I don't know how to respond to that because I feel like everybody knew the plan, not just Sophia, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
understood. They didn't show him telling people, but I think it's understood that they all knew the plan because Sophia, when she
Yeah.
comes to the colony house, she says, I want to stay the night here because I don't like what Boyd's doing in town. So I think everybody knew it. That's the only reason I'm saying that, RC. I think it shows that nightmare creatures are different from fears manifested, or every manifested fear has its own rules. Could also be true. All right. So then we have, okay, so he's going to stab him. We talked about that. I'm trying to move a little bit. We're not even halfway through. So I'm trying to kind of scoot a little bit. We're already at 90 minutes. Okay. So Henry goes to Tabitha to talk to her. She's not home. Um, he's one of those really rude people that goes in her house, even though she's not home. And he's like,
Yeah.
hello, hello. I hate when people do that on TV, don't you? I mean, I'm sorry if I'm not home and you're looking for me. Don't walk in my house, please.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
saying. But he goes in and he does see the drawings. I took a picture of each of
So
them.
what is that? What is that? It
You
looks like a
know,
naked person in the trees.
it does. It does. I don't know
What is that?
the boy in white. Maybe I don't know. Something in the forest. A person. I don't know.
A naked hippie in the forest?
I thought that was really sad though. Eloise Victor mom, like he isn't even part of the family. That was so sad.
Oh, I
Uh,
thought they were just the ones that were missing. Like they just
oh, I'm
drew.
sure they are, but like this is his life here in Frumville, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, but I mean, if you were the father looking at that picture, that's what you would feel like, right? Regardless
Yeah.
of why.
Mhm.
I think. But yes, I don't know who's in the forest bill. We're not sure. So yeah, then this is when he starts having flashes of being in some kind of care facility. I don't know if this equipment says anything. I don't think it does, but I saw some pictures on Facebook. I do know that this does look, oh, I thought this looked like the monitor they used for Donna too. But it looks like the monitor from Tabitha and Camden. So um, people are connecting that. I mean, it might just be the same prop, who knows? But I don't know that that necessarily means anything.
Mhm.
Um, totems act like pins you would stick in voodoo dolls, which has origins from Europe. They do remind me of voodoo dolls.
Mhm.
Um, I think only the people in each of the houses knew about the door thing. You mean about the hidden door? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Susie. It must have been just for the group who knew about the totem. Otherwise, why did Boyd need to explain it to Sophia? Um, I feel like that was more. I mean, look, I'm just telling you my opinion, but I think that that was more for the audience to see because the fact that she said to that guy when she came in her colony house, I don't want to stay in the town because of Boyd's plan tonight. If he didn't know,
Mhm.
wouldn't he have said, what plan? Um,
Mhm.
that's what leads me to believe it was set off screen. But again, I
Yeah.
am guessing. Totally my guess. I don't know. Boyd is probably spreading information around so he can track the mole. If he thinks there's the mole, it looks that seems like a very smart idea. I don't know if they think there's a mole. There was a reoccurring symbol from Tabitha's hospital trip. You'll have to tell me what the symbol is. Um, is it the real world? I don't know. We don't
Is
know.
it the real life? Is it reality? It is a
Is it
fantasy.
just fantasy? Yeah. Not gonna last like no, we won't
Yeah,
keep going.
exactly.
Uh, uh does Elgin know to
I
stab
just
the
killed
doll?
a man.
Hey, hey, maybe. Does Elgin
Mhm.
know to stab the dolls if Boyd doesn't share information, including the plan? Seems like knowledge saved a colony house massacre. Um, yes, that is again where I'm assuming they were told off screen. Although, to be fair, if you saw a gigantic thing like that against the door and somebody was attacking somebody that was like looked like Rod, I mean, picking up like a huge pointy stick is not that far out of the realm of what you would do, whether you knew or not. So I kind of feel like it could go either way. I don't know. That's the only answer I have for that. These scenes had super loss like scores, and the second one felt like Flash sideways. I agree with you, Susie. I don't think that's the case, but I do agree with you. And I still don't know how they can get away with the music the way they do. I don't know if it's because it's more like a sound effect they're using and you can't copyright like an actual note or sound effect, just the order they're in.
Like,
So
like what? Like the EKG machine?
no, like the music, because the score sounds so much like Michael Giacchino. Like if you just listen to this, I so
Yeah.
often think this has to be lost music or, it has to be his music, but it's not. but it is sort of like a sound effect. So I kind of wonder, is it more like the sound effect he used is what gives you that
Mhm.
feeling, and that's not copyrightable? But it does sound like,
Or they just the music guy is just borrowing from the other musical guy, and it's fine with everyone involved.
yeah, I don't know, but it does sound a hell of a lot like Michael Giacchino music. I'm sorry, it does.
Yeah.
Um, Anything for freedom says chat has some wild ideas tonight. We have all kinds of different ideas in here. Um, and Susan says, yeah, I'd probably grab the biggest stabby looking thing. Yes. It's kind of my point. Okay. RC says, I think it's another dimension that Henry's saying. Yeah, maybe it's like parallel universe or something. And this is
Yeah.
one in a coma. That is also a possibility. It is a possibility. Okay. So anyway, he's seeing that he's in some kind of hospital care facility, something to that effect. But it goes away. So he kind of brushes it
At first,
off.
at first I thought he was hooked up to that like kind of lo-fi one that Christy made for Donna.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Are those whoops, are those numbers a date from the lighthouse? Where at? In West of Westeros. You mean
Her
the
vision, the vision that she has where Jim is hanging upside down.
no,
Like,
no. I meant what is he saying are the dates from that? I think he means from the is that an EKG? Whatever kind of machine it is.
oh,
Um the only one that's a
what
date,
numbers on there?
yeah, the only one that's a date
No,
is 1921,
it's
and I don't,
not because no.
yeah,
I'll say no. Looking at it, no.
okay.
I mean, I wrote a song about it, so it has all the years in there.
Yeah,
The
it's
date
not
for
that.
every year.
It does the great scene. He thought he was in the hospital. Yes. Elgin does live in Colony House. Could have heard from Patty. Oh, that's true too. Yeah, Patty could have told him that. That is a good point. Stacy, you're probably right with that. She might have. All right. So then we go to the teeth scene. Wait. Why doesn't Henry talk about Eloise? We could have seen her in that hallucination, but they don't even talk about her anymore.
Hmm.
I mean, to be fair, we only saw it like a very, very, very extremely short hallucination. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. You would think that he would mention that.
It'd be
Uh,
really cool if we saw somebody that we perceived to be Eloise in that hospital room later on. That would have been great.
that would be, yeah, maybe that's who that woman is. Maybe the person shining the light in his eye. Who knows?
Hmm.
Um, I was just going to say, West is saying that it's the last numbers on here. 21, 12, 76. Yeah, I don't know. That those don't seem
No,
like
those
numbers.
aren't yours.
No, I know. He was saying
Do
that
I have to sing the Jade for Every Year song for you guys to know all the years?
yeah, I don't think those are the years. Okay.
1931, 1864, 1883, 1794, I think. I mean, none of those are on there.
Okay, fair. Okay. So,
56. I could go
all
on.
right, all right, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, you
So
get it, right?
I get it. No, I just was
Yeah.
making. Okay. So they go to the car boneyard. I'm calling it. I don't know what else you call it, but that's what I'm calling it. Where Victor has put all the cars. They are going to look at the man in yellow's car. However, Tabitha gets distracted and goes off of over Miranda's car. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I still don't understand that Boyd wouldn't have like stripped these cars when they were looking for supplies and at the beginning and
Yeah.
getting everything together. Maybe they missed it. Maybe they didn't go through them. Maybe he thought they already had. I don't know, but it irritates me. Tabitha opens a trunk, nothing but rust and an old tire that isn't really
Yeah.
helpful. Victor looks in the glove compartment while Tabby goes off and looks at Miranda's car. And what else is there? Registration card. It looks
I had a
like,
feeling there was going to be teeth involved, and I didn't see the trailer or anything. I'm like, there's got to be teeth.
yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
Is that a registration card though? Like, I want to know who's like what car it says, right? That's like kind of important who owns the car, but you can't see it. It's too far away.
I know Miranda's is a Hornet because it says Hornet when she's driving it.
Well, either way, we can't read that. But
You
yeah,
want to see what kind of ride the man in yellow likes?
no, I just want to see whose name it is on the registration.
Oh, It's
that
yellow, man, and
yeah. Well, you could like run A on it, but it wouldn't be accurate. So okay, so teeth. Now people were saying, is one of those the pastor's teeth? Those to me all look pretty old, but some look older than others.
yeah.
I don't know that any of them look very not old though. They don't really look
Okay,
fresh.
it's sitting there for a while. The bag doesn't look fresh at all. The bag looks all kind of crackly and not good.
What's Craig is saying? Maybe Manuel put them in there when he arrived again. Maybe. But did she add the pastor's tooth? I don't know.
I don't
Those
think
all
so.
look yeah, they
I
all
think
look
that's a new collection.
yeah. And somebody said earlier, and I apologize, I don't remember which one of you said it, but this could just be from that last cycle. Like
Yeah.
I assumed it was from all of them, but it definitely could be
Or it could
could
be
be
from a prior cycle, like he drives in like an earlier date and then collected those around 78.
yeah, and these ones were the ones he collected before. So
Yeah.
yeah, it could be. Uh, oops, I like the Sophia Wisdom collecting teeth. Have a good night, Dieter. I keep getting confused now that he has Fromaholic because I see it and I think it's Fletcher, and I'm like, no, that's Dieter. You're confusing me, Dieter. Oh, it's great. I just keep getting confused when I see it. All right, so Victor is not happy about the teeth. We also have Tabitha remembering Miranda very, very, very briefly.
Yeah, very briefly, too briefly. First off, okay, it's the 70s, right? She would have a kid right in the front seat, right? Am I wrong?
Not necessarily. The kid could be in the back seat. I'm not.
I don't know. I always I'm just saying. It's
I.
you
I
know,
mean, I don't know. Now you have to have like car seats and
yeah.
everything.
I'm
Back
just
then, I don't.
saying there was a time, probably even into the 90s, where you didn't have to, because now you have to have them right in the back. But
Yeah,
just saying,
yeah.
the
Would one
set,
of yes, but to be fair, if you had two kids, you might have them in the back together. So I
yeah,
don't know.
that's true. You might be right there.
Susie, I just want to point out Susie's saying tooth decay while in the mouth, not after you take them out. So the fact that they're all brown doesn't necessarily make sense unless it was from beforehand, I guess.
Or
But
it could just be it being in a dirty bag in a dirty car in a dirty car graveyard.
it could be. But I was going to say a couple other comments on that. It could be if these are from a really old cycle, it could be because back then they didn't have good teeth. Or it could just be because, which would be my thought, it looks a lot more creepy than clean teeth. So they might have just made them look like that regardless of how old they are. Would be
Mhm.
my,
It is a
my
horror show after all.
yeah, it is a horror show. Most look like molars. Would be surprised if they're all wisdom teeth. I had not thought about that. They do look like molars, don't they? Well, some of them have like teeth bombs and other ones have like long pointy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about teeth, people. I don't know.
Maybe
Uh,
he just collected what was handy.
yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you can get all the way back in there, and sometimes you can't.
Yeah. Is she a lot younger than Christopher? She's younger. I don't know that I'd say a lot. I mean, she was a good bit younger, I think, but they were maybe together.
Yeah, because he has white hair. Oh, some
Yeah.
people think they got it on. Do you think they?
I thought they were supposed to be together, but it's not, it was never confirmed. So that was just kind
Yeah.
of, it was hard to tell. But is there a reason why he left them? Are they no longer of use? I don't know. Maybe he just never expected anybody to pick him up. I don't know. But it's a
There's
very,
better
very,
things to do.
yeah, it's a very, very brief flashback. Might not even be when she was on the way to the town. It might have nothing to do with her kids being in the car or not. Did Tabitha Miranda see a girl sitting on the steps in her vision of Miranda driving the car? You know, I looked for that frame. Beyond
Yeah.
that, I didn't really look. I can look really quick, but it
Mm.
was like such a quick. I don't think there was anything. Hold on. Let me, while I'm doing this, I'll look while I'm talking to you, but I just think it showed. Okay. Oh, you know what? This is her going through town though, because look
Mhm.
behind her, even in the picture now, isn't that the barn?
Yeah, I didn't have any problems with that. I just had a problem with the fact that she would have the kids with her, but they're not there. But they could be in the back.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you have 2 kids, you might want the 2 kids together in the
Yeah, that's
back.
true. That's true.
Because
Yeah.
I know, like, when I used to go places with, like, my cousin, we used to fight so much, but we would, like,
Oh,
both be in the back seat because no,
yeah.
but I mean, there would also be the idea, especially if the kids are near the same age, I
Mm,
wanna sit in the front seat by
yeah.
mom. Well, I want
Yeah.
to both end up in the back. That would be my
Yeah. Then
answer.
they end up in the back. That's true.
Yeah, and
You're
there's
right.
the gas station. I wonder what that sign says. 2 for 20 cents, 3 for 20 cents. Sale cow? I don't know,
I
something.
don't know who those people are. They just red shirts, or is there some
Yeah,
other
I don't think it's anybody, but I do not see anything about steps, but I just kind of,
what steps?
no, that's they were asking about. I don't know there was any.
Hmm.
Let's see. Sometimes it has a rolling window, sometimes it has a more modern door handle. I don't know. I don't know enough about cars either, so I'm not really. Who's standing outside her window? I would say random red shirts. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Um, well, Kaiser, Henry wasn't with her because Henry didn't come to the town with her. He was at
Yeah.
home. So that's it. Okay, never mind. So you got that.
And we're
Uh,
assuming that she took the kids because Victor had a lunchbox and she probably was taking them to school and then decided to go through the tree or whatever,
who knows? Um,
but got stuck by the tree.
she did. Weird how this car and the other one in the junkyard are different. Are they? All we're seeing is the interior. As I said, I
I
don't
don't
know
know
anything.
cars well enough to tell.
I mean, although it does look kind of blue there compared to green. I don't know. My other question is are these clips from like before or are they newly filmed?
I do
I'm,
not know.
I'm
I'm
trying to
assuming they were
remember.
newly filmed.
Okay, because I was trying to remember if we've seen her in the car before. Because if these were older clips, it could be they couldn't get the same car, but I think they're newer. Guns for sale, 3 for $2. I don't think it says guns.
3 for $2.
It's a cow. I don't know. Uh, the
3
greatest
for
missed
$2.
opportunity I'm from is not having entire episodes dedicated to different timelines. Could be. I agree with the kids being the back, but that was the misdirect they did with the priest coming in Frontville. The vision specifically doesn't show the kids. Yeah, I don't know. I just assumed they were in the back seat. Can't nitpick prop cars. I don't know. Like I said, I just know when we used to drive, it was always like I want to sit by grandma. Now I haven't.
Yeah, I
Someone
understand what you're
you do
saying.
the
I
kids the
totally get
same
it.
thing.
Yeah.
You put the kids in the same location so they can't
Yes.
fight.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's my answer. I don't know it's accurate, but that's my answer. Not the yes, you're right. That one was the gas station, but this one was the barn. Barn, gas station. So yeah. Okay, so Victor tells her about the teeth. He wants to show Ethan. He says he has to be prepared. I think this is so sad because this is where he says, "Are you really my mother?" And he says,
Hmm.
"Last time he came to town with a boy and a girl. When the man in yellow showed up, everyone died. The boy grew up alone and was afraid and not prepared. Now you're here again with a boy and a girl, and the man in yellow's back." So that's why Ethan gets upset. That's why she gets upset. I mean, he's saying everybody's going to die and leave Ethan there now, which is
Yeah. Which people have theorized that.
yes, but it's also just really, really sad. Like
It's
she gets
hard.
mad at him and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" But she has to remember a couple things. One, he's like stunted growth. You know what I mean? Like he isn't
Hmm.
meaning it. He's trying to help. So what she said, I think, was not very nice. I understand she was upset and she's worried about Ethan, but she should have been, I think, a little more nice about
Yeah.
it. But yeah, he's like, "This happened to me. I suffered. I don't want the same thing to happen to your kid." Like
Hmm.
he's trying to help. He's not
He's trying to warn Ethan that he
yeah,
might be next.
yeah. Um
I wish
hey
more people would
Jeremy,
listen. I wish.
welcome.
I'm sorry.
Jeremy's here. I know, I just said, "Hey
Hey,
Jeremy."
hey, Jeremy.
Welcome. I was super
No,
proud of him.
I feel that I wish people would listen to Victor more.
I wish they would too. And that's why I said I just feel bad because I feel like he was trying to be nice. He's like, "I don't want what happened to me to happen to Ethan."
Hmm.
He's trying to help. Okay, anything for freedom, says Tabitha overreacted, especially with what she just told everyone in the town. but Jeremy says it's harsh but necessary. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of see both sides. Be nice to Victor. Like
Mhm.
I understand she's upset. I just feel like yeah, it was a little harsh and I don't know. It bothered me the way she did it, but a lot of what Tabitha does pisses me off, let's
Yeah,
be honest.
kind of abrasive.
She's abrasive. I
Yeah.
know Karen doesn't always agree with me, clearly. But yeah, I just felt bad for Victor in that moment.
Mhm.
All right, so then we have Boyd and the totem. So Boyd is about to tell Sophia all of his plans because, that's what they do in TV. Um, and, I gotta wonder though, like, nobody ever asks these kind of things. And this new girl comes in and is like, hey, tell me all about your
Yeah,
plan.
exactly.
No, I'm not going to tell you about my plan. Like, don't just tell all the new people shit. Look, I know that none of them have been there very long. So if you said not the
Yeah,
new people, you'd have to like exclude,
everyone.
Julie and Tabitha and everybody else. So yeah, but
Yeah.
I just, yeah, I said earlier in this episode, like tell people things. Don't tell everybody everything. Right.
Mhm.
Um, I put the image from the car graveyard to compare from later in the episode if you want. Um, yeah, you'll have to show me which what you mean by different cars. I don't remember being in the graveyard again earlier. I don't know. The scene made me miss the days when they didn't share anything. Everybody's been bitching they don't share stuff, and now we're like, no, too much. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're totally right. I just more than anything wish that they'd share the Man in Yellow stuff, and then Julie would know a little bit of what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Sophia's like, "What are you doing? If you go in the tunnels, they're gonna stop you." And he's like, "Well, yeah, it's dangerous. It might help us get home though." So yeah, I feel like this was a fishing expedition. I feel like
Yes.
the whole scene is about Sophia trying to figure out what his plans are to know if she should be worried. And I don't think she's worried at all. I don't feel she was. Some people thought she was. I didn't think she was. Uh, Hi, Ray Vallejo. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I got to go back though a second because I had starred some of those comments about the car graveyard and I skipped them
Mhm.
and I didn't mean to. So I apologize. I told you guys I'd go back to them. I wonder why Victor wanted Ethan to see the teeth. I didn't understand that part. How is it supposed to help? Um, I mean, we talked about this, so maybe you already know my answer to this. But yeah, I think he just is worried that Ethan isn't prepared. I don't know how Ethan could ever be prepared, but
Yeah.
yeah, he wants him to know what to do and tell him, how to get around alone and not be scared, is I guess his idea. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know what that was. I don't remember what that was about. Whoops. I'm not sure what that was about. His occupation, his kind personality. I was shocked. Met many. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. It was probably connected to something else. Sorry about that. Let's see. Coach Kenny. Victor, I love how Victor is completely okay with the knowledge of Tabitha being his mom, reincarnated. So cool with it. He might as well be like mommy. Oh, maybe. Okay. Our empathy for Victor overrides Tabitha's character arc of being his mother dealing with everything in a real world kind of way. That is true, Maze. That is true. That is true. Um, how is it after all this time the townsfolk, mostly the characters, are aware of the vehicle grave? How have they not scanned all the vehicles to find clues? That's where I would have started. Yes, I said that earlier. I wondered why Boyd didn't go in through it. Okay, sorry. Now we're back and we're caught up again. And now I have to bookmark a couple more here. Okay, that's about Sophia. Ethan would never watch the man in yellow eat his mom. I don't know what he would do, Cold Dogs, but yeah,
Maybe come up with a trap.
yeah. Um, I think Boyd will have a scene tomorrow when Ella said to Boyd, I think Elgin knows something. I feel Boyd will reflect the plan and think about his chat with Sophia. What was the Wade? I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, later, maybe. Blitzkrieg said kids will show other kids gross stuff perfectly in character for Victor to show Ethan the gross teeth. That is also true. I just don't know that that's necessarily the reason why, but Victor assumes everyone will die and only Ethan will be left because everything is happening again with the 2 cars and the man in yellow and the massacre. He thinks it'll prepare him, West. I don't know that it will. That's just I'm looking at Jeremy's thing and calling Victor Jeremy. I think that's just Victor thinks that. I don't know that that's accurate. He just wants Ethan to feel prepared, not that it really would prepare him. So yeah. I love how Victor's trying to prepare Ethan, giving him a chance he never had. I do too. Like I said, I feel bad for him because he's really trying and he doesn't want Ethan to end up like him.
Yes.
Old Stone says, yeah, this was a great character development for Victor. He really stepped up and faced his fears. He did. And I like that he's like, I need help. Come help me. Like he's asking for help too. And he does recognize she's not his mother, but kind of his mother. I don't know how much he understands about it, but Victor recognizes they have terrible parenting in common and wants to help. Ow, I just threw my back doing that, laughing like
Oh no.
that. I don't know what I did. I felt it like crack. That was not pleasant,
Yikes.
whatever. But yeah, I like that, Susie. Okay, sorry. Back to Boyd now. So yeah, he tells her the whole plan. Like I said, I think it's a fishing expedition. I think she's just trying to figure out what he knows to see if she should be worried. I think that's the whole point of this scene. And I do not think Sophia looks scared or worried at all. Some people disagree with me because I've heard people say that they thought she looked like worried. I didn't think she did. Did you?
She does kind of look a little bit like, oh, you know how to take care of those, one of my secrets.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like she's more like, do I gotta be worried? Like she's just making sure she doesn't, I guess, is what I feel.
Yeah.
Vic asked Tabitha for help, and Victor asked Tabitha for help. And as soon as they get to the car, she fucks off and does her own thing with the other car, making him find it alone anyway. You're not wrong, Heather. She did kind of abandon him to go after Miranda's car. Okay, so then we have Jade. Okay, I skipped a part. There we go. Okay, so Jade is laying out the wires and stuff. I don't know what all you want to call this stuff. Wires, cords, material, shit, junk. Onto the table to make a map of the tunnels. And Kenny's like, why can't we just draw it? And he says he works better spatially. It's a technique he used when designing his company, visualizing the space you want to move through. And Kenny says they aren't designing a company. And he says it doesn't matter. You apply the principles, I do still like the theory that people have had that, like, you know how Jade thought like it was an escape room for a while?
Yes. Yeah.
That was in the first episode, and they have said go back to the beginning. I've kind of sometimes wondered if it could be something like that, or Jade had a software company. Like, it also makes me wonder, whatever Jade made, like, could the town be, I don't know, a computer program or something he made, matrixy thing. I like that theory. Don't know if it's right, but I do kind of like that. But yeah, he's making it spatially. I don't understand the map, but Jade understands it. So
I like how he's using chess pieces, though.
Yeah, the chess pieces are cool. I do like the chess pieces.
I think he's using a king and a pawn, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. His fingers covering it. I don't know. I also don't know chess, so I'm not the right person to ask.
Well, the king would be what you're trying to save, and the pawn would be what you're trying to get rid of to sacrifice for your king.
Yeah. No, I know, but I mean, looking at them, I don't know what they look like. I meant.
Oh, okay.
The escape is in the tunnels. Are we still in the same day that Sophia and Hank were drying together? If so, she sobered up hella fast. I don't think, but I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest, West.
It has to be, because there wasn't a night, right?
I just
Question
assumed
mark?
every day. I
Yeah.
assumed the next day. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
just Lucas said, I thought Sophia looked worried, but by the end of the episode, she clearly wasn't.
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
Well, maybe she was putting on an act too, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Toby had to die. He was the only one that could add to Jade's theory. Maybe. And Stacy says it's the night later when he goes over to Henry, he placed it on the bench. He did. I do remember him moving the chess piece. Okay. So this is where he's like, you do what you know, and he asks what Kenny did for work, and he admits he worked in youth sports as an administrator, not a coach, but Jade still calls him Coach Kenny, which is funny. And they need to get Kenny a whistle. I like that. Jade was calling him Coach Kenny, but he kept trying to be like, actually, I only do admin, but nobody would listen. Jade never listens to anybody, right? So that's nothing new, Gabby. Jade does not listen. Yeah. Okay. So then Ellis comes in to get Kenny. Basically, Ellis wants Kenny to talk his father out of going out. So that's what that's about. Okay, wait. A thought of yours crossed my mind and falls in line with Kenny with killing Toby. Toby was sorry for selling out Jade and was killed for it, and the company is taken over by dark worshippers. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want it to be something like a dream. I've said that, or coma, whatever, particularly.
Or people plugged into something.
But like some kind of game or escape room or matrixy type thing, I would probably be okay with that. I mean, it's not what I particularly want. I want this all to be real, but if it has to not be real, that's the way I would go. I would choose it to be if it wasn't a real experience. So anyway, Ellis takes Kenny out to talk to him about his father. Jade stays behind with Henry. And he's like, what did you do before he got here? And he's like, pretty much what I'm doing now. So he was, he's been an alcoholic for a while. Okay. Now we have Sophia. And she goes into, hold on a second. I'm sending you a message. So anyway, Sophia is opening the gate. I gotta do something there. Do you have something to talk about for a few minutes?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I can sing about Jade.
Sure, make up a song. I'll be back in a second, guys. I gotta go do something. I'll be back in a second. Scarlett's gonna talk to you, and he'll be right back.
So I was working on the song called "A Jade in Every Year," which stemmed from us one time on a live saying that when we talked about the Jades, and it might have been the Vigo interview too, when we interviewed young Jade. But along the line, it came up with a Jade for every year. And I got this chorus in my head I couldn't get out of my head, which is basically like, maybe we'll find some answers here. There's got to be a Jade for every cycle year. Tabby found the years in the lighthouse stare. Jade wrote a time in the bar to share. So around that chorus, I wrote several verses of different years and different Jades. And the mystery years, what the Jade could actually be. And I'll probably sing the song sometime in the future. But it's been the last year of the school year, and I'm a little bit tapped out, and I've got a steampunk con to go to next week. So, on future lives, I'll share that. I'll share that the Jade one. Except for I don't know if I even have the lyrics for it. And I'm trying to make a little album because a friend of the channel wants me to compile all seven. I say seven songs because that's a special number and from. And then I might make a little EP that's 4 afterwards. And I wanted to put them up on Bandcamp, but I don't know really how to do that and do the acapella tracks and bring them over to Bandcamp. So if anybody can tell me how to do that, hit me up on Discord. My name's Scarlett Minded on Discord.
Yeah, no, that's cool, Scarlett.
I know you pee super fast.
Well, gee, thanks for telling everybody where I was. Sorry, guys. I had to take a potty break.
I thought you said you were going to the bathroom.
I was, but I wasn't telling the whole world that. Thanks for that.
Oh, I
I
thought
was
you
not.
said it. I thought you said
No,
it
I
right
said
before
it
you
in
went.
private chat. It was. That's okay. Now I just feel. Now I'm just embarrassed. But no, I was
Sorry, we
telling
can
you.
edit that out. We'll edit that out.
No, it's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's
I'm so
no,
tired from this week, man.
it happens. Everybody has to do it. But yes, no, that was my private chat.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're just making me laugh so hard I can't quit laughing. It's okay.
Are you gonna pee?
All right. Yes. Okay, but yes, I like
Next
her
time I
song.
go to the bathroom, I'll say I'll announce I have to pee when I go.
It is okay. But I did like your song. Although I've heard the whole thing, I like your song. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to put them all together, but I'm having difficulty trying to figure out how I can do a voice memo file because I'm lazy. I don't want to convert it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about music, so I can't really be help. The only thing I told you is you could do like AI music to it, but I know you don't want to do that, which I
Oh
totally
God,
get.
no.
No, which I
Let's
totally
do it
get.
a cappella. Some people have appreciated that effect. It's
No,
just
I
my
thought
voice and it's not AI.
no. I thought when you're saying what you're saying about the program, maybe I didn't. I thought you meant to put music to it. I said I don't understand what you're talking about. I thought that's what you're talking about. Never
No, I
mind.
meant just the file, like because I've just been basically using a voice memo app just to record
Okay.
my voice singing. And I might do something like I might tap on something for percussion or something, or maybe bring out that Japanese instrument about for like $10 or a
Oh, that'd
guitar,
be
little
cool.
guitar. But
Yeah, that'd be cool. No, that'd be cool. Yeah, we'll keep working at it. Eventually, you'll.
I didn't know it was a secret RCO.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay.
Forgot that we're supposed to act like ladies here.
Yes.
We
Hey,
don't
it's
do
after
anything
dark.
like that.
It's okay. It's after dark. Do you think the energy from Roger's spirit was in that egg? That's an interesting theory. Average cadaver. Again, like I said earlier, I tend to think that she just reanimated him. I don't actually think it was Roger.
I
So
felt like it was kind of like a hoodoo thing. She was like smelling them to see which one smelled rotten or had blood in it.
yeah,
You know?
I think she was looking for the blood or the one
And
that
she
was
fed
part
a
of.
little incarnation into it, like she like just put all the power into that egg and to crack that egg.
Yeah. Look, she sniffed it. She was definitely looking for
Yeah, she
something.
was sniffing it. Yeah, I don't
I,
know.
I
It's so
yeah.
weird.
Well, I know during the watch party we talked about it. It probably trying to find one that was more fertilized.
Yeah,
Um, because
we could take that.
honestly,
Yeah,
when she smashes it on his chest, like I hadn't really thought about it at first till we started talking about it. I thought that was supposed to be Roger's blood it mixed with, but there's probably blood
no,
in
it's
the
blood in the egg.
yeah, it probably is, which I had not thought of right away.
Yeah,
So
but also like in hoodoo, I guess if there's blood in the egg, that seems to be a bad omen. So I thought she was looking for the egg with a bad omen, so she could, use it for bad purposes, evil purposes.
maybe I just figured she wants one that's got a chick or what, not a chick, but you know what I mean, like it's
An
partial.
embryo in it.
Yes, that it's not
Yeah,
just an egg you can eat. That to me makes sense. I just
yeah,
hadn't really thought about it till we started talking about it. But
yeah,
either way, creepy, creepy, creepy. Um, and like I
yeah.
said,
What Maze says is what I'm saying.
what? I'm trying to see.
Well, like
Wait.
in folk magic and hoodoo, she's like
Yeah,
doing the opposite of what people do. They usually do like egg blessings where they put all the bad stuff for somebody in the egg and then they get rid of the egg. This one, she's using it for something else.
yeah, it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Um, I
I thought
like
she was
this.
looking for a rock and
Life
an egg
for
too,
life.
Papa Socks.
But I like that too. A life for a life. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The egg was a proxy. It kind of was.
Yeah.
Okay. If
Just like this picture of Sophia smelling the egg while we're talking.
Wild to think Tabitha and Jade could be working for the same company. Maybe. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure that it necessarily matters where they work, at least right now. A fertilized egg. I guess it's like I don't want to think about it like actually being an egg that could have been a baby like chick. I don't like when they're animals, so I'm better off just thinking it was.
Yeah, but it might have been not totally complete either. But
No,
the blood had just filled in there. She might need
I
the
don't
blood.
think it was a complete chick, but I would assume that it would have blood. I mean, that makes sense to me, but again, I don't know enough about that kind of thing to really have a for sure answer, but it definitely wasn't formed, whatever it was, because it was all liquid when it came out. Papa Sock said I thought she was looking for a rotten egg. That also makes sense, actually. Witchcraft's egg symbolizes purity and creation. The blood in the egg represents the inverse.
Yeah, I was gonna say something to Susie's comment about teeth are big in hoodoo too. Susie, if you ever watch The Shrouds, and The Shrouds it's a David Cronenberg film that has Elizabeth Saunders in it. Watch it and tell me what you think, because there's a big scene in the beginning where they talk about like teeth carrying the memories and emotions of people or register emotions.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for Susie's. Oh wait, there it is. I couldn't find Susie's. There's her comment.
Yeah, it's interesting because I watched it before you interviewed Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I never got to it, but it was an interesting movie.
Yeah, it sounds very strange to try it.
Well, it's a David Cronenberg film. Have you seen any David Cronenberg films?
Yes, okay, that makes sense. That's true.
Yeah.
And used for my cheesy omelets on Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
I don't think this one was used for an omelet. Hold on a second. I want to refresh this because I want to see here how many we have. 50 people live and only 34 people liked it. Actually, we're back to the same number again, Scarlett. Same number. We're back to 8 dislikes. I don't know. This seems to happen every single time we do a show. So I have to question, and if you don't like our show, you keep coming back every week to give us a dislike.
The same 8 people. Or perhaps 6 and 2.
Perhaps. But as I've said before, I appreciate any feedback, and if you really don't like the show, tell us why. Let us know in the comments what we can do better so we can fix it.
You don't like this picture of Sophia sniffing this egg?
Maybe not. Maybe they didn't like I had to pee. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm sorry if that's on me. I apologize.
It's okay. It wasn't that big of a deal.
But anyway, more likes, depending.
Maybe. But either way, there's still a lot more people that are here than have rated the show, so please hit that button and let us know what you think one way or another, and
or subscribe.
Subscribe's even better. Yeah, please subscribe to sign up
to avoid the lives.
And please, I like Guns N' Roses. Whoever gave the dislike is spending the night in the box. Yep, there's 8 people that are going to shove and squish in the ball, although I tend to think it might not be 8 different people, but that's a whole nother issue.
3.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. And also please make sure you join our Discord if you haven't, so you can get our schedule and links to all our interviews and all the good stuff. Cause we do have, Julia Doyle interview going up, as well as Scott McCord and, Robert Joy. And I did, like I said earlier, I did talk to Julia about this episode, about the whole egg thing and the Roger thing and all that. But that part will be in the second episode, or the second part of it, because I split it by what was before and after what had aired, because I had, asked it to her whatever it was a week ago. And I want to make sure each one's long enough. That's okay, Kaiser. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So yeah, sniffing the egg.
Can I say something to Susie's and hoodoo teeth are sometimes inside of puppets? I mean, there's such a thing called personal effects where you use something like sympathetic magic. I mean, for good and bad. People use it to heal people too.
Sure.
Like you would use a photo of a person if you didn't have somebody's hair or nail filings or
Yeah, but that is creepy.
Other things.
It is creepy. And yes, Papa Socks, it's happened a few weeks in a row now. it's happened for a little bit now. We'll just leave it at that and won't get into it. But yes.
Yes.
But as I try to explain to everybody, honestly, feedback still gives the same help with,
Mhm.
the algorithm.
Yes.
So it's all good. But
All good.
yeah, seriously, if there is something though you don't like, we do want to know so we can make it better though. But yes. All right. So yeah, back to sniffing the egg. So this scene is like so creepy, right? Because you have no clue like what's going on at this point, why she's getting this egg
She
and
loves
sniffing
eggs. She loves to sniff some eggs.
it. She wants a really, really fresh one. But then she just sticks it in her pocket. So
Or a
uh
not fresh one.
we're not through. Yes, Scarlett knows much more about magic and folklore than I do.
Mhm.
You know your stuff much more than I do. Um, and I enjoy hearing about it. All right. So then
I've
we
studied.
studied, yes. All right. So then we have this conversation with Julie and Elgin. Elgin is coming in the diner to you know what I was just thinking well, I know, guess it's not, the green part's dirty. I was gonna say those seats are awful clean. Um Elgin's coming into the diner with the other people. They're going to be looking into the storage room um in order to see if they can find anything related to the man in yellow. But he stops and talks to Julie, and he tells her, he didn't get to say he was sorry about her father. And she asks, I thought this was like so funny. It was just something that was little, but it was funny. She's like, "How's your eye doing?" Then she's like, like, how's his lack of eye doing? His eye socket doing? He's like, "I know what you mean."
Yeah.
And he says, "Christy says it's doing pretty good." Although I have to wonder, because somebody mentioned that, like, it does look like he's got like something leaking from it. It doesn't look like it's doing
Ugh.
good. So yeah, I don't know about that. It don't look too good to me. But he says that Chrissy says it's doing okay. Although then again, what's she gonna say? Oh, you're gonna die from sepsis. Like,
Yeah. Sorry. We were limited here.
yeah, she
We
did
don't
what
have
she
a
could.
hospital.
And she says, "Are you gonna, Julie says, are you gonna tell me what happened?" And he's like, "Nope." Because we know Boyd has threatened him. He can't tell anybody. He's not allowed to tell anybody. Um, so I think she doesn't love that, but she doesn't really say much. He asks if she thinks the stuff she heard about her mother is true. And she just says it scares her that her mother thinks it's true, because every time someone here feels like they have a purpose and then discover the truth, someone always ends up dead. And he tells her that there has to be a truth to this town. And she says, "Why can't it just be a random cruelty that exists for no reason other than to do what it's doing?" Um, we talked about this a little bit in the watch party last night. I know you weren't there, Scarlett.
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me. Um, I kind of wondered, to me, this line, and I don't know that's what it is, but it almost wondered to me if this could be like as we normally say, like trolling from the writers, like, because they know
Mhm.
what we think. Because this to me is almost saying, like, sometimes it's just the easy answer, right? Like sometimes it's just something evil. And like we're going through all this stuff and all these deep dives. And I don't know. That's what it made me think about.
Mhm.
I don't know that that's what it means, but that's what it made me think.
I was so thinking she was going to talk to him and tell him about the story walking in the scene.
I know. We need more story walking, man. Um,
Yes.
he just says, she says, "I know you want to believe it's all part of God's plan." And he does. He thinks everything's part of God's plan. But she's like, "Well, then explain to me why you don't have an eye. If you're being tested by God, his test involves you being mutilated?"
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, she's a bitch. She realizes she's being a bitch.
Yeah, but
Um,
same thing. She does have a grain of truth in there.
she does.
Why do
I
people
mean,
have to lose body parts just to, have faith?
yeah. Um,
A joke
yeah,
thing.
it was kind of mean, but she's in a bad mood. She's worried about her mother. She just lost her father.
She's not okay.
She's not okay. She's crap. Yeah. And at least he doesn't seem to take it too personally, and he doesn't, get mad when she says it. He just says there's a truth behind all of it, that the place wins by throwing so many lies at you that you don't believe the truth, even when you see it staring right in your face. And that's where I feel like that line to me, I don't know. It has to be pointing at something to me, but what that is, who the fuck knows?
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of stepping backwards and makes me upset.
Yeah. Two
That they're
steps.
all finally going forward, and then they're like, "Well, maybe we're crazy, maybe it's weird, maybe it's insanity."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh god."
Well, a lot of things aren't certain still, so it's
Just tell people about the story walking, Julie, just do it.
let's do it. I agree. Just do it.
You got one job.
David says the teeth could be shape-shifting trophies and serve as genetic and spirit control anchors to
Mhm,
steal face. He must possess a piece of the victim's real, represented by teeth. I
mhm.
see. I took it when I said before as something a lot more simpler than that. I wonder if it's just he needs like a piece of their DNA to
The
transform,
DNA, yeah.
and their clothes. I still think he needs the clothes too, but yeah, it definitely made me wonder when we saw the teeth and she took the
Mhm.
tooth, if he needs it to transform. But I question that. We also talked about this in the watch party last night. I question that because then why does Smiley have a tooth? Unless the monsters are collecting the stuff for him, like I
Mhm.
had theorized before with the clothes. Um,
But
maybe his
Smiley just seems fascinated with everything. He seems fascinated with teeth, with plants, with that bus, you know?
yeah. I don't know, but it could just be it's the trophy of a serial
Yeah.
killer. I mean, it could be that
Mhm.
simple.
Yeah. Agreed.
Susan said the Norse would wear teeth, especially children's teeth, as a form of protection in war. So they created T and F. I don't know what that means.
What is it?
To get their kids to give them their teeth for coins. They created
Mm.
I don't know what that is. Yeah. Um,
Oh, like the fairy, like the tooth fairy.
yeah. Let's see. She's being a cynical teen, thinking her story walking turned to shit and everything, setting up a reversal of attitude. Yeah, she's just in a bad mood. She's like, nothing's going right. I'm gonna
Well,
take it out.
we know she story walks at least one more time.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Uh,
more than one.
yeah. I'm not sure if you mean something's wrong with yours, Susie, but I hope you're doing okay. I'm a little confused by that comment, but I hope you're okay. Um, yeah. Either way, they're okay, I think. I mean, he doesn't get mad, so it's all good. All right. And then we have Henry again. He's yelling at Jade, saying that they shouldn't be saying things they're saying again, filling people's head. Yes, yes, I know that, Susie. I thought you said my roomie. That's where I was confused. I thought you meant, yeah, I thought you meant you.
Thought her
That's why.
roommate was running around with a screwdriver.
No, no, she meant, yeah, she didn't mean her own eye. I misunderstood that what she was saying. It's okay. It's late.
Yeah.
So anyway, uh, yeah. Let's see. May says the teeth have to have some payoff for helping discover the man in yellow, which is why I'm hoping they connect it to his ability to shift. I hope so too. I just wonder with only this is what episode 7. I
Yeah.
just wonder with 3 episodes left this season, like how much of these things are going to be answered slash finished, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's a fifth season, so maybe some of those carry over.
Yeah, yeah, but like I don't really want stuff like all that to carry over, because that means we don't get it more,
You want the
we get
story walking to bookend. I want the one with Jen to bookend, so she can go on doing some more story walking instead of that being in season 5.
uh, yeah, I don't want to wait that long.
I thought there'd be a lot more story walking. I thought she'd be story walking through all those lighthouse years.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought there'd be a lot more
I
too.
thought there'd
Kind
be
of
little glimpses of different time periods and everything in this season. I haven't gotten any of that yet, except for the
I
one from 1978.
Yeah, I think that the issue is, and we said this before, like there's so many characters that they just can't do it all. And wait, I'm trying to no, I can't do that without screwing this up. There's so many different characters that they can't do them all, but like I feel like to me the story walking was one of the most interesting
Yeah, me too.
parts of the season.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Okay,
It was
so
really set up at the end of the last season to be a very big deal.
it was. Yeah. No, I totally 100% agree with you. I just question with 3 episodes left, like, we have to I mean, I'm assuming there's gonna be something going forward with them trying to get the bones, because
Mhm.
that's what the main storyline is, but to me, yeah, story walking is the second most important story and most interesting, and it seems like for right now, she's given up, which is a problem. So,
Mhm.
but look,
And plus there was that call sheet or whatever for Cass that had that older colonial woman, and I thought that she might story walk to that time. And
yeah,
older
I
colonial
don't
lady making
are
talismans or doing something.
let me ask you a question. Are you sure that was for season 4 though?
That was for season 4. But that could be something as easy as like Tabby with another person in the village. You know, like
Yeah,
baby, because they had the one guy threw the dolls in the lake. She could easily just
right.
interact with the older
Right,
woman.
that's why I'm just wondering if when we saw, like, the other stuff, was there any, like, background people that it could have been a woman? Because it kinda makes me wonder, like, it could even be, like, they cast them for season 4 and they're, like, an extra or something, and then, like, in season 5, and it was just the way they did it. I don't know.
It could be that. It was just some older, like, woman in her 60s, colonial woman. So,
No, yeah. It's just
that's all I
interesting.
got.
No, 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 it's just I just wonder how they're gonna go into something like that with 3 episodes left. It seems I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, people hire people then, film scenes and then don't put those scenes in either through the editing process, so
true. Yeah, maybe that guy that threw the dolls in the lake, maybe he had a wife or something, and they just like, nope, don't need that.
yeah,
Very
exactly.
definitely could have been. Um,
Who knows?
so anyway, he tells Henry says he shouldn't have said the stuff. Jade asked if he talks to Tabitha yet, and he's like, no, she wasn't home. Doesn't mention the fact he went in her house anyway, but she wasn't home. And this is where Jade also is like, maybe you should cut. He starts to say maybe he should cut down on the alcohol, which would be a good thing to do. And then Henry hears the noise again, the beep. Jade doesn't hear it. And there's that chess piece, by the way. I don't know what that other thing is there. Ew, I don't know what that is.
What is it?
This I don't know. It might have been like a stopper for one of the bottles or something. I don't know what the hell it is. But
It's a
there's a chest.
bone?
I don't know. Um, stop. No, I don't know.
Yeah, stop.
But
Stop, Henry.
Henry hears the beep. He sees the light shine in his eyes. This nurse. That's why I said maybe that's Eloise. Who knows? A lot of people say it looks like the ballerina. It's not the same actress. I don't
Oh, it
think it
does kinda look like the ballerina, but it's maybe just 'cause she
kind
had
of
her
looks
hair
like
pulled back.
it kind of looks like her, but they showed pictures together. It's not
Yeah.
her. I really don't think I like Susie says colonial woman appears in the last 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Very well might be. Guns N' Roses says, I hope we get more Martin Man in Yellow story walking in monsters. I would like all of those things. Don't know we're gonna get all of them, but I would like all of them too. Oops.
It just
Um,
would have been interesting if Henry would have had a scene with, like, an older somebody younger a little younger than Victor that we would assume might be Eloise, but wouldn't be said was Eloise,
yeah. Yeah, I
you
don't know.
know, in this alternate reality, which I call an alternate reality,
Whatever it is, it's some other reality.
with Victor being more, raised and less stunted, raised
Yes.
more in the
Um, yeah, he wakes up in this place. It doesn't really look like a hospital though. It looks more like a Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers to you too. Um, yeah, it looks like a care facility. It doesn't really look like or his own home or something. They have him in this hospital bed. I don't know. It doesn't look like a
yeah.
hospital, right? Um, I don't know if there's really
Yeah, it
I
almost
know
looks like a hospice or something.
yeah. Um, the only thing I
Oh,
noticed
yeah,
that
that picture.
oh,
Oh, yeah, that's a good spot right there in a
yeah, it's
book.
blurry. I would say the picture is probably like Henry, Miranda,
Miranda,
Ellen,
Eloise,
and
Victor.
Victor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not really helpful. These pictures up here though that I was talking about, these look kind of Egyptian to me. That was what I was
Oh, those
talking about.
those look like colonial. They look
Yeah,
like
they kind of look like
embroidery samplers or something.
they could.
Can you
Yeah,
get
they.
can you get up close on them? Or is that
Um,
bad?
I mean, I can get close, but they're blurry, so
Yeah, they
they
almost
could.
look like stitched, like embroidery stitching.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought they looked Egyptian, but I didn't go that close till now. Now I see they look more like something else, but interesting. But I don't really see any other details other than like the pattern on the curtains,
Yeah,
which doesn't say anything really.
yellow
Uh,
and blue. The standard yellow and blue that they tend
yeah,
to use.
yeah. But yeah, Henry thinks he wakes up in this room. He sees a good-looking Victor there. Um,
Got it together.
yep. And he looks completely different. He's talking to his dad, and then Jade starts snapping his fingers, and Henry wakes up again. So which is
Hey,
real?
Jamie,
Sorry, what?
Jamie, I gotta go urinate, so I'll be back.
All right.
I've been urinating all over the place. I'll be back in like a minute.
All right, now it's Scarlett's turn. All right. But yes, it does have lost vibes. I agree, Susie, totally. Um, for those of you who are newer to the channel, please, if you aren't a member of our Discord, please make sure you do join. And some of you, I don't recognize your names necessarily from the Discord. And even if you don't use Discord a lot, it will help you to get updates when our live streams happen, watch parties happen, from interviews happen. As I said earlier, we're going to be having Jamie McGuire come soon, I think probably later this week. So just stay tuned for the info on that, because that will be coming. So yeah, please join. We have our watch parties for From on Saturday nights when it drops, and Sunday nights right before this live stream. And we have our review show tomorrow. Tonight's our deep dive, but tomorrow's our review that I have with Karen and AJ for From. And then Thursday we have first Tuesday we have our mix show, Fandom Access. I don't know why I always forget Fandom Access, which we're doing Widow's Bay for review. We have Widow's Bay, Lestat, the last half of the Burrows. I think we might be doing some Spider Noir. That's our review stuff for Tuesday. And then Thursday is our Widow's Bay deep dive. So if you like those shows, make sure you check those out too. Yes, and Tuesday we have our Widow's Bay watch party after the live is done. We go in Discord and watch it when we're all done with that.
That was refreshing.
Good to know. Good to know. Guys, you're funny.
I'm gonna drink some more.
Yeah. The hospital scenes look cheesy and uncanny like the scenes inside the lodge in Twin Peaks. Interesting.
Yeah, agree.
Interesting. Jen says, did we see Abby and Sophia together during the Tabby Miranda flashback at the cars? Boyd saw a picture of Abby and Sophia is putting that dream BS on Henry. It just showed two people in the background. I mean, they were so.
I thought it was like red shirts.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's just blur. You can't really tell. It looks like it could even be a woman and a man. It's not clear to me. So
how close can you get there? Get closer.
I mean, I
Closer.
can get that close, but it's blur.
Yeah, it looks like red shirts to me.
It looks like two women, but it's hard to tell. So yeah,
They look like they're in 70s clothes though.
They do, which would make sense, and she's in
Yeah.
the 70s. All right. So yes. Oh, that's the other thing. I did put up the interview with the production designer from Widow's Bay is on our video tab, but also I remembered because Jason just mentioned again. I'm going to be talking to the production designer of Spider Noir as well. I think Wednesday.
Nice.
Wednesday. So if you have questions for that interview, you can put them in the submit talent part of our Discord channel. And there might be another From interview coming this week with the junket, but I'm not entirely sure because that's kind of been hit and miss. PM and Jeremy and I assume that was supposed to be Ice and Fire. PM and Jeremy's and Ice and Fire also pointed out how yellow the room is a hint to the victim being from Anielle Sophia. That's interesting. To be fair, I feel like there's a lot of yellow light.
There is a lot of yellow, just in general.
Because we were talking last week, I remember, about Jade's shirt that looked yellow and it was actually white-ish.
Like the iodine lights, yeah. It was kind of
So Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't me, Susie. But yes, it is yellow. I agree with you. The lighting is yellow. It could be a hint at that. But there is an awful lot of yellow lighting in this show. There's an awful lot of yellow. So
Mm-hmm.
uh yeah. Okay, so Jade, he knows something's going on with Henry, but Henry won't tell him what. He just takes off. Jade does sniff his drink. I'm guessing he probably can't smell the blood, but at least he knows something might be up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I appreciate that. That was smart, but I don't know he's going to find anything, but it was still smart. All right. So then we have Sarah, and we have a very, oh, sorry, West. I missed your comment above. I want to see if the chat has theories on the pictures on the wall to the left of Henry's bed in the flashback, the two on the wall. I see the family photo on the nightstand.
Oh, the two like embroidery looking things that we
Yeah,
looked at.
yeah, we had talked about that a few minutes ago, West. You might be behind a little bit. We had talked about it.
Zoom in on 'em. Let's see here. We got like it looks like two people in one, and maybe a woman with some trees. Those trees look like the trees that are on the talismans.
I was just
So,
gonna say they look like the symbols on the talisman. They totally
yeah,
do. You are right. You are right.
that's why I
Uh,
thought maybe the talismans were made during the colonial times.
they could have been. I mean, although I don't know. They could have been. They could have been made before that. It's hard to tell. But yes, I don't know. I don't really have any theories. If anybody has theories, uh, you know, let him
Yeah,
know. Sorry, I'm
I wonder if
scratching.
somebody has a high res of those somewhere.
I mean, I don't know. This is decently high
I
res,
mean,
but
they just look like embroidery samplers, like when women used to like show off their embroidery skills and make what was called a sampler. It kind of look
yeah,
like you can go to antique stores and see them. You
yeah,
can buy them if you want, like in
yeah. No,
stores,
they do
antique
kind of
stores.
look like that. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I see my little animation isn't working though now. A
That's
thing like
disappointing.
it seems like sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work. But thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. Usually it's supposed to make a noise, but that's stream elements for you, I guess. Okay. Lucas says my theory is that the man in yellow made the talismans. That's interesting. I
Hmm.
have to ask you though, Lucas,
That'd be
what
twisted.
yeah, what makes you think that? Like, why would he do something that would help them? Unless he just doesn't like the monsters. I don't know.
Unless
Yeah.
it's that theory that they don't really work, that the
Well,
monsters are just fooling with them.
yeah, I don't know. I like the theory that Julie either finds them or made them, but most
Mhm.
likely like finds them kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, like she gave him the boy because
Well,
she
kind of
knew.
like with the rope, she like finds them or
Yeah,
mates them with the old colonial woman. I'm hoping, and then hides them for Boyd to find.
because she knew Boyd already found him, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's like chicken and the
yeah,
egg.
like a bootstrap paradox. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's cool. All right. So yeah, we're on the scene. Okay, so Lucas said, I've been thinking that the talisman are to create a false sense of security slash hope. It could be. I mean, a lot of people have wondered if they work. I tend to think they do, but I mean, I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know any more than anybody else does. All right, so we finally have Sarah here, where Sarah's like, let me be the one to go outside. And
Hmm.
he's like, done enough. And he does say, I need people standing by to let me in. And that's where I said, like, you don't actually see anybody at the doorways waiting to help Kenny. Like, what's up with that after this was
That's the
part of.
monsters are trying to help Kenny. That's it.
Yeah, I know. Like, look, if they're in front of the door, I guess they can't open it. But they didn't even show people like at the windows. Like, I would have at least expected people to be at the windows being like, pointing like, go that way, or something trying to help Kenny, but no, or being distractions, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
there's none of that. None of that.
it was a bad plan.
It was a bad plan. But yeah, she says nobody's gonna forgive her for the stuff she's done. And he's like, when we go down into the tunnels, that's when I'm gonna need you. So just make sure right now you're standing by the door, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Is that what he told Acosta as well?
yeah, I don't know. He might have. Did he? I don't remember that. I read today the random doctor Henry is looking at the ballerina that haunted Boyd. I don't think it's the same actress. That's what I said earlier. I've seen the comparison photos. I don't think it's the same person. I mean, it looks similar, but I don't think it's the same actress.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. But I guess it could be, but it doesn't look like it to me.
I haven't seen them side by side.
It's on, it's on
I could just
Facebook.
imagine the hair being pulled back and having similar colored eyes, and
Yeah,
skin and everything might lead people to believe that.
yeah, yeah. They did look similar. I'll give that.
I
Um,
forgive you, Sarah.
Kenny freezing up was so frustrating. Boyd told him not to do that. I know. Boyd basically said stab and run, and like the one thing he didn't do was run. Like he did half the
He
plan.
didn't stab and run, yeah.
He didn't do the rest of the plan.
What
But yeah,
dumb shit.
Boyd's just like I'll need you later. Okay, and then we go into the shed.
They should have just buried him, like Donna said. You should bury him. We don't have any place to bury him. Just bury him. Set him on fire. Cremate him.
Do something.
Do something.
You know what kind of keeps sticking out to me? We've never mentioned, I don't think, is why is there crosses over here? Do you know? Like I keep noticing that.
I don't know.
They're kind of like, I don't know, Celtic cross. They're different. I don't know, but I've seen them there. Okay.
They look like decorations that could have been in that church at one time.
Yeah, maybe. So Sophia comes in, she uncovers Roger, and this is where she takes the egg and she starts whispering to that egg. And to me, looks like she's performing a spell of some kind. I mean, it looks like some kind of black magic.
Yeah.
Smashes the egg. Although I do see he does have blood there underneath, but it is probably from the egg.
It's definitely coming from the egg. It's definitely from the egg.
Smashes the egg after she whispers to him. And there's the bloody egg, the disgusting mess. Yeah, not good. But
I was actually surprised Roger got this much time.
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah, he got a lot of time.
He did. He got just as much, if not more, after he died than before he died, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool role for the actor.
Yeah, although gross, but yeah, it is.
Gross, but cool.
Special effects too, lots of special effects. So yeah, it is cool. I agree. All right, so Boyd is ringing his bell. They're getting ready to enact their plan. And then there is a scene as he's doing that with wait, hold on. What is it? Oh, they're funny. Okay, so Donna comes out into the hall. Fatima's like, go back in bed. She's annoyed, doesn't want to keep laying there, but she's like, you have to. And she says, if the thing with Jade and Tabitha is real, do you really want to die right before that we get to go home? Because you're too stubborn to lay in bed. I like that. And she's like, you're never this sassy. And she's like, well, I just gave birth to a monster, so people change.
Sassy.
Yes, I like that though. Good knocks. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson. Yes.
Or buttons for eyes in the face.
Yeah. He turned into red shirt Roger. He did.
Yeah.
He did. So yeah, Donna, or not Donna, Fatima talks Donna into staying in bed. It does seem to work. And we really don't get anything, I don't think, else about that, do we?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Then after that, okay.
Patrick.
Oh, is that the one that ends up on the stairs?
Yeah, that's Patrick.
Okay, because that's the guy that was in You're Killing Me that I was telling you about. But I didn't know if we saw him before. So I'm like, he's from the Comedy House later.
All right.
Anyway, he's in that show. There's quite a few from
I should watch that show. I probably like it, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few from people in it. But Sophia comes into Sophia House, to Colony House.
Sophia House now.
This is bugging me. And she says that with what Boyd's planning in the town, she'd rather not be there because the creatures terrify her. And is it okay if she stays? And that's what I meant before. Like, it seems like they must know what the plan is, right? And this is also where I question the fact that those totems are in Colony House because they were in the damn shed. Now, whether they put some everywhere, like they, spread them around, or whether whoever carried them back from the settlement, some of them, that person lived there and just set it down. I don't know.
I thought when Boyd was talking to people in Colony House, he just had them to show them or something.
Maybe. Maybe. Donna injured. We just let anybody in Colony House there. Well, look, I mean, they don't do the ceremony anymore, so to be fair.
They've always had a problem with like younger hot people being able to do whatever they want to do in front.
True.
Like Sarah, for one.
Where do the monsters keep their sewing kit? I don't know. But does she have to be invited in like a vampire? I don't know. I mean, he did agree to let her come in. Excuse me. But I would probably say no because like she just walked in the sheriff's station. I don't think anybody invited her in there. So but I know you're probably joking, but I'm just saying, like, if you're being serious, I don't think they did. Yeah, what happened to the Rule of Rocks live in house or Colony House? I remember we asked Liz this last season. And she had said that she hoped they would go back to that, but everything's just kind of crazy right now.
It's gotten chaotic.
It's chaotic. But yeah, so nothing going on right now, but hopefully eventually they'll go back to that. But yeah, she's staying there. So like I said, they clearly know what Boyd's plan is. Leaving Roger in the shed was a fantastic idea. I'm surprised anyone survived. It was such a dumb thing. I mean, it's like when we said earlier, we don't know if anything's going to happen, but like we said earlier, don't leave the suit in the room, right? Like, why would you do that? It just seems so counterintuitive. But
the suit wasn't there though. Where did the suit go? Is my question.
Oh, maybe it wasn't there. I guess was it?
I had it on the bingo card and it wasn't there.
Yeah, it was there when she was talking to Henry.
Yeah, it was, but when they went back into the office, like the sheriff's office and everything, it was not on the table anymore. Where did it go?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't know.
Somebody putting that suit on?
Yeah, I hadn't even realized that it wasn't there. I did not know that, or that it had been moved. Hold on a second. I was trying to see if I could see something here, but it's not working.
What are you trying to look at?
I was trying to look at something on YouTube and it wasn't working. Oh, all right. Sorry, I was looking at something. Okay. So yeah, she's staying in the Colony House. And then we have Boyd and Ellis and Kenny. Ellis has talked to Kenny, tried to get him to talk his father out of going outside. And this is where Kenny's like, yeah, I'm your second. I'm supposed to do these kind of things. And Ellis is like, it's not safe with your condition. And Kenny says, what happens if your leg gets out again and you can't stand up? Because we know that happened. And he's like, I'm not, putting anybody in danger. But then his hands start shaking and he screams because he's like, damn it, like he can't. He knows they're right, basically. So Kenny is going to go out. And you're right, it's stab and run. Seems to be how it shows his dad how to be useless. That's funny. So yeah, Boyd's telling Kenny about the escape route. We talked about this before. If he can't make it to a house for some reason, there's talismans on the bus and the other buildings. So just find the safest route he can and run. He says, don't stay there. And yes, Kenny does not listen to the run part. Stab and run, not stab and stand there and stare, right? When his leg gave out, I believe, wasn't this when he was in the woods, or was when I feel like it was
Oh, Boyd's leg? I thought you meant Elsa's leg when he jumped off the roof.
no, Boyd's
Or
like
off the top floor of the Colony House.
I feel like it was when he was in the woods or something. Good night, B. Thanks for coming.
Oh, is he got like bit by a spider or something
No,
like that?
not that. There was some point where he was I thought it was like when he couldn't get home because his like the night he stayed in the woods or whatever was that because his leg gave out. I don't remember. I feel like when he was with the dogs, that was when I don't know. For some reason I'm thinking that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was when he ended up um in the well. I don't even remember. I don't know for sure. West. I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
He did drop the ball. He should have been with the one stabbing.
Yeah, because he doesn't clearly doesn't listen. All right, so Sophia is whispering again. She is.
Nobody walks in anytime she's whispering, any of these times.
Of course not. But it's waking Roger up. And he wakes up and he rips his mouth. And he does, for a moment, does seem like it's human Roger. And he's kind of like
Yeah,
feeling.
he's like terrified.
Yeah, but then instead of just like, I mean, like I could get him maybe trying to rip the stitches, but like you wouldn't rip your face off and, it would hurt.
Or maybe you would stand up and try to walk around and try to make noise enough that maybe somebody would help you.
Yeah, but to be fair,
off.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, it's creepy as hell, in my opinion.
Well, it's horror show.
It is.
Like this.
Was it when he was out looking for Fatima in the woods with Kenny? It might have been. I wish I could remember for sure, but you could be right. Susie said, what I found for the artwork on Henry is it's related to Freemasonry, specifically Solomon's Temple, encoding this space as a sacred threshold. Interesting, since she just used threshold ritual. Okay. I didn't realize they were clear enough you could see them that well, but that's cool. Yeah, I do think they might have had purpose there. Scarecrow just wanted a face hug. Oh, all right. So at any rate, Kenny goes out. He sneaks up on him. He jabs him with the totem. And the milkman guy there, he goes, ah, and then he's like, just kidding, and pulls it out. So now I'm also concerned with the fact that now they lost one of their totems. Like, do they need them? Because now they lost one because he didn't take it with them.
Well, maybe they can find it tomorrow.
Maybe. I'm curious if he like bled though. Like, I don't see any blood, but I wasn't.
It doesn't look like any blood.
It doesn't look like it.
Well, they just have bile in there, right? This yellow bile.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he couldn't have blood. But I again though, Kenny, stab and run, not stab and stand there and stare at what's going on, right?
He didn't follow the plan.
He did not follow the plan.
I thought he was a goner, man. Yeah, I thought they're gonna do it to me. They're gonna actually kill somebody. I'm gonna be shocked.
Yeah, I was really upset. I thought they were gonna kill him too, because I'm like, how the hell is he gonna get away? There's the grandmother monster from the pilot. And Kenny's like, oh no, what do I do? He's looking around. They're standing at all the houses. So he heads for the bus, which has a talisman. And then he gets in. He can't shut the door because Smiley's there. Like, he catches the door before he can shut it.
At first, I thought that was Smiley vision. That like weird thing before I knew it was Fatima. I was like, is this how a monster actually sees? Like all this weird?
No, Fatima can see this going down. She sees through Smiley's eyes, and she sees him about to, we're assuming, kill Kenny. Yeah, the only thing that would be good about that is because then you could say they killed Kenny. They better not kill Kenny though. Like, it's funny, but they better not. Yeah, they better not though. I was totally convinced Kenny was dead. That was the most scared I've ever been watching this show. Yes,
because they never really said anything about it. I thought they kept that a secret from all this like trailers and spoilers and stuff. I would have been impressed.
Yeah, the only reason I kind of questioned was because remember at the beginning of the season there was the whole thing with Ricky's video about why wasn't he in the trailer and him like freaking out and like thinking if they then killed him they would say that's why he wasn't. And so I figured like if I thought about it, I thought, nah, not just for that reason. That's also though, if you guys saw his video where he was playing Minecraft, is it Minecraft? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
When he was playing it, you guys hadn't seen it, so I couldn't say what he was talking about, but I thought it was funny. He goes, "Oh, spoiler!" when he jumps on top of the bus when he's playing. That's what that was about.
Oh, yeah.
I
Nice.
thought that was funny because it wasn't really a spoiler anyway, but like, yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
But that was what that was in regards to. But anyway, she sees him about ready to get killed through Smiley's eyes. Smiley is coming on the bus, and Kenny is trying to run. He ends up on the there were photos of Kenny with diner lighting earlier in the season. I
Mm.
don't remember that, but I didn't look
Well,
at
the
them all.
lighting from the neon of the diner.
Yeah,
On his
yeah.
arm. Yeah.
At night, probably if it was at night, that would tell
Well,
you.
it's on his arm, right, in this picture, that red.
Right, right. But I mean, if they had pictures of him outside at night, that's kind of like that's why they shouldn't do these things.
Yeah,
The
they
Fatima
shouldn't.
scene made sense and wasn't too magical or convenient. Some people think that. I mean, I think it worked. I liked it. I think it worked. Yeah, I know, Kaiser. I just thought maybe I said the wrong thing. I thought it was Minecraft. I don't play Minecraft though. Probably should. Um, so will Smiley become Fatima's golem reverse? I don't know. Don't know. But Coach Kenny is Coach Kenny is up there.
Coach K.
Okay. Look at this. It said before, knowing that the monsters always choose to walk slowly instead of running, I think there's a possibility that they only obey the talisman rules for fun. Maybe they will stop playing by the rules. Maybe. The milkman acting like their plan worked, making fun of them, surely is a dead giveaway. I don't know, but I did enjoy that. I can't say I didn't see it coming, but I enjoyed it. Saying don't freeze is different when you're right there with a disemboweling creature. So yeah, him not running, I kind of get it.
Well, they
But
also they mesmerized too. They could have slightly mesmerized him.
yeah, it's hard to tell. But he is terrified, and
Jimmy McGuire,
yep, yep. There is Smiley, and he says to him, let's see.
he gets a lot of lines.
Yeah, he says something like, "I killed your father, and he made such funny noises." So he was the one back at the beginning that was let in. And he's like, "Do you make funny noises too?"
Yeah.
And then Kenny's like looking like, "What am I going to do? Should I jump?" Is kind of what I took it as.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of looking down, but there were already monsters down there too. So
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to jump and try to run. I'm thinking, don't do that. You'll break your leg or something. It'll be worse. But he starts screeching.
That's a good. Those are some good stills, Jamie.
Thank you. I think so too. I did have to brighten him in Photoshop, but
yeah.
So yeah, he starts screeching, and then Phantom was like, "Stop!" And it's a reaction. I don't know that it's control. She had an emotional response, and it stopped him. But
but he has to obey his mom.
I guess so, because clearly his fingernails and teeth retract, and he looks at it like, that's interesting. He's like,
I like this game.
Yeah, I like this game. Now, when Kenny pushed him off, though, this reminded me of all those videos on Instagram with that guy running around like
pushing people and stuff, and the
like the way he threw him off the bus was kind of funny. So yeah, Kenny gets back down in the bus. He does, as he drops down, shut the top.
Yeah, you hear it. I actually watched it twice because I was like, was that shut? And it makes a little slam noise.
Yeah, it shuts, and he does get the door shut, and it's like safe, hopefully. I mean, I think he's safe unless there's one that somebody said they thought
there's the bride.
Yep, the bride.
And Velcro.
Swing coat. This one kind of looks like, I think that's that guy.
The teen monster.
I think that's that one that's like, Julie, don't you remember me?
Yeah, and the mechanic.
Yeah, I don't know who that one is. Kind of looks like a judge or something. I don't know.
It's not the professor because he's bald.
Yeah, that's a woman, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Elgin wakes up as the attack is happening in Colony House.
Yeah.
There's Roger. You can kind of see the sharp teeth. It's hard to see, but
Yeah.
he does have sharp teeth. He opens the door, breaks in.
See, I thought he was just made more into a monster than this
Yeah,
made into
I'm not
Roger
sure.
again.
He does drag the guy down the steps, but does not kill
There's a
him.
lot of impaling in these last 10 minutes.
There is. I did not think that was. Isn't that the guy that was on the stairs? Because that's not Patrick. Although those stairs are on over there,
That
so I don't know if there's a
like
difference.
Patrick, yeah.
I don't know, but that's on the other side of the room, so I'm not even sure. But the point is, he does pull the guys down the stairs. Does not kill him though. But he does open the. I didn't get as many pictures at the end as I should have. He does open the door to Colony House, which of course the monsters are looking at like they're going to come running in. Elgin and some other red shirt lady do get the door shut, and then Elgin has the forethought to stab him with the totem. Now, I do have to say that I know Patty was trying to talk him down. It kind of made me wonder for a moment, since just like how some people were saying earlier, like, is it actually Roger? Part of me was wondering, like, okay, what if it really was Roger and like he wakes up to this horror and like you just killed the guy? But with the teeth,
Put him out of his misery, Jamie.
yeah, I know. But with seeing the teeth, yeah, it's not Roger.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the dolls now.
Yeah, and Patty's like, "What the fuck is going on?" That is like
Yeah, exactly.
That
That should be everybody's reaction in Fromville all the time. Should be
yes,
this.
yes, I agree. But Sophia is standing there smiling. She's smirking. She's enjoying it. So, yeah. Let's see. We'll go to the chat for a few things before we wrap it up. Let's see. So Kenny is going to spend the night in the bus. That's got to be fun. I think that is what's going to happen. Yeah.
But at least he'll have notes. We'll have notes.
Yeah, he can write some or pay attention to what happens. We had a Catholic Mason collision when my parents married. They got married about 5,000 kilometers away from the family death. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, I hate when I do that. Okay. Smiley's comment about your dad made some interesting noises when I killed him. How from monster comment. Yeah, that was not very nice, was it?
They just like to play. They like to hunt. They like to play.
They do. Fatima uses her ultimate golem powers and Kenny is safe. Do you think, because I saw some other people saying that earlier, do you think that it has anything to do with the golem? I didn't think it did, but I say that. So,
well, I think it has to do with her connection with Smiley. I think the golem is a separate thing, but it could come alive. All Sophia has to do is just put an egg in it, and it's good to go. Or
maybe
write truth on it, or put an owl or whatever in there.
Yeah.
Write truth on its forehead, put a bookmark in its mouth, get it going.
Maybe, but I do tend to think though that like I don't think the golem had anything to do with her being able to do that.
I don't think so. I think it's her giving birth to Smiley is what's doing that.
Yes, no, I totally agree. The uncertainty of the rooftop drawer was driving me nuts. Yes, it drove a lot of people, I think, nuts.
What? Rooftop what?
The
And the bus.
drawer, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely says in the closed captioning slam, and then you can hear a slam. I went back and checked a couple times because it bothered me too.
I didn't remember seeing a slam, but you could, if you looked, you could tell it pulled shut.
Yeah, when he jumps down, you can definitely hear a slam noise.
The team monsters now midway fun. They're all Asian. Okay. Fatima kept looking at the golem, so I guess it did give her the powers to control Smiley. Okay, well, I guess people think differently than we do, but I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it empowered her. Because, I mean, if it mentally empowered her, it's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to physically empower her. She could be, like, mentally looking at the thing that gives her power, the thing that she made creatively.
Yeah.
You know, that stopped the trauma of her connecting with Smiley even more. But I guess it's probably a good thing she connects with Smiley in some ways. So
well, she beat Kenny, so I mean that's a good. I thought Kenny was going to piss on the monsters on the roof. That would have been funny. I would have been okay with that. Patty is the modern day scream queen. She's awesome. Yes, Patty was awesome in this episode. Was there one character at the end? It was like Melissa or something. I was like, who is that? I don't know if you mean in the credits. I'm not sure what
There's
you're.
Meredith. Meredith, like,
Meredith. Yeah, didn't you say before you thought maybe Meredith was the pillow was named after that Meredith?
oh,
I
I
don't
have
know.
a whole fanfic subtextual story about Trudy being in love with Meredith and naming her pillow after Meredith, but that's my own fanfic.
Okay. I don't know, but I do remember seeing that in the credits and wondering, and maybe it's
There were three red shirts. There were that we don't know, like we know like Roger and Patty, but there
no.
was Meredith, Patrick, and Colony House resident number 7. I had no idea it's an actress. So it's
Well, there was people that Acosta was telling what to do earlier in the episode.
yeah. But
It could have been
usually they
one
have
of them.
lines or they have something poignant, and I didn't see anybody because they say they're in alphabetical order, and that was before we saw Miranda because Miranda's the next in line.
Yeah, I don't know, but
And there was nothing, nobody said anything like lines or anything before that scene. I like watched it twice. I was trying to find.
yeah, that's true. Those ones didn't have lines, so they probably aren't in the credits like that. There was a woman though that helped Elgin close the door. So
Could be
there's that.
Meredith.
Let's see.
Meredith, I haven't placed a face to Meredith. She's been in several.
You have or you haven't?
I have not. I know that she says a certain line. That's how I put it on the quiz, but I couldn't tell you who she is visually. Like I could with Patrick here. I could tell you what Patrick looks like.
Yeah. Okay. I see what they're talking about the car from before. We'll get to that in a second. I was looking at Susie's picture.
Okay.
Anything for freedom says she looked at the golem like 4 times. You
Mm.
totally could be right. Jen says, is the golem a portal between Fatima and Smiley? And was saying
Well, it could be a protector that helps her like control Smiley in a way.
maybe. Susie's talking, I think, about was it Roger, actually Roger, but people believing Roger died and came back before they believed Donna died and came back. True. Well, Donna's alive. I just don't know that Donna actually died, but I think she reanimated him. I don't think it's actually him.
Donna was also not laying in like a shack for a couple of days.
True. Good night, West. Sorry if we missed you if you already left, but good night. David says the golem allowed Fatima to project her shadow onto Smiley. In my view, golem equals shadow projection and swap in Jungian psychology, and it always runs amok. So that could be Smiley using it against her. I don't know. Alpha Fold says if Fatima dies, then will Smiley also die? That's an interesting question. Maybe they have names because they will be in the next episode. I guess it's possible. Even if they don't have lines, they could have names because like they're going to use them later. But I don't know. I don't know exactly how.
Well,
that
it's
works.
usually they either have a line or it's something significant.
Yeah. Whoops. May says, I don't think the Mud Golem did anything specific. I think more she might try to use her connection to Smiley to control him. Jen says, the Golem still looks a bit shit to me. Yes, it looks to me too, Jen. I would agree with that statement. Code Knox says, some of the NPCs not in the know may think the talisman don't work now. Maybe, but he's not a monster. Like, he's not a nightmare creature. So...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I would hope they wouldn't think that. Kaiser says the golem's not doing anything. So yeah, it seems like everybody disagrees about the golem. So I guess we'll have to find out. And people disagree about whether Roger was brought back or just reanimated. So there you go. People's opinions vary, as they tend to do. I'm going to check. I'm refreshing this to see how many people have actually clicked. So yay, we went back up to 100. It tends to change, so that's a good thing. I'll take it. But we still have more live viewers than people who have hit like, so some of you just aren't hitting it. Would really appreciate if you would take the time to do that and the time to follow us here on YouTube and also to join our Discord. We really want to try to build up the Discord. And also, if you become a survivor level or above in YouTube membership, you get to see some of the interviews, including the new From ones, a little bit earlier. Yeah, so please join Discord. And yes, take the whole, you're right. You're right, Susie. Take the whole fraction of a second to hit like, you lazy bums. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. We've got a lot of people tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Oh
We've had
yeah.
270 people. And I think a lot of the people, it seems like it stayed because we've had like consistently around 50 people or more all night. So that's really awesome. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific we haven't talked about. Code Knox says if he got that power, couldn't Manuel bring Smiley back himself? Okay, that's a good point. Although, to be fair, I think bringing him back through Fatima was probably more painful when they want everybody to suffer. But yeah, why wouldn't he just do it himself? That is a good question. Code Knox. But again, I don't think he actually brought Roger back, or she didn't actually bring Roger back. I think that she reanimated him. But the other thing is, I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I kind of always wondered, like when Smiley came back, that they don't always necessarily even come back the same way. I think it's just they do come back because they're immortal. Like how? I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe one of them is born out of an actual egg. I don't fucking know.
Very cool.
I don't know. Either way, they come back. They're immortal, right?
Manuel was born out of an egg.
Yeah. Like the certain people been hitting this. I'm confused. Yes, please hit the like button. They are the real monsters, and the big bad Manuel is just cleaning up the mess. Maybe. Join the Discord, people. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Do you have anything else to add other than Susie's got to poop now? It's just now it's not just after dark. It's 5-year-olds after dark, right?
So sorry of the mess I've caused.
Oh, it is so matter. I think
I blame it on being the last week of the school year, and I'm just really exhausted from all the things that have gone on.
That's okay. Jen says Henry's worrying me. Can they stop his delusion from causing harm? Did Abby go through the same thing? I don't know. I will say the same thing I said.
Curious. Oh, go ahead, Jamie.
What? No, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I mean just because maybe Abby saw this first, because Alice did say she seemed to be started to go a little crazy. Maybe she imagined herself in the outside world, and then it was a dream, and then that the next step that whatever entity had possessed her, or her, saying it was her dreams, or imagining the dreams she had as a little girl, and then it was like, well, you have to wake everyone up, Henry. You have to wake everyone up.
Yeah.
You can poison everybody and wake them up, or you can shoot everybody and wake them up.
True. I said last week, I definitely think it reminds me of Abby and wonder if it's going that way. Like I said, I just question that that's happened in the same cycle so close together. Like it's a little strange, but it does make me think that might happen. So I don't know. And Susie, I don't know. I guess the same way they have electricity. It's just there.
So you just think the screen color means anything with Sophia here?
What was the whole point of Sophia with Roger considering Boyd's plan? What is game with the short-lived Roger drama? Excuse me.
Special effects.
Yeah, no, but that is a good question. I kind of wondered, since nobody died. Like she seemed happy, but nobody died.
I think she just likes the chaos. I think she likes to play into the chaos and just watch it unfold.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. I think it is just the chaos. She probably would have preferred people to die, but it just didn't happen that way.
Yeah. Then you just animate the golem and see what happens.
Yeah. Susie, I've wondered about that too on different shows, like when you watch Walking Dead and stuff, but I think nobody wants to know about that, so they just don't put it in.
I assume in the Yellow Jackets they use leaves and some sticks.
Yeah, I don't. Well, look,
the poop bucket.
They magically end up with, animals that they need and food they need, so it might just show up.
Well, Yellow Jackets, they have a poop bucket.
Yes, they do have a poop bucket in Yellow Jackets. You're right.
And a urination bucket.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right, Coach. She created some doubt. I think a lot of it, like she's trying to find out the plan that's going on. But yeah, I think it's just the chaos. I think she hoped people would die. They didn't. I'm actually really surprised nobody died. I don't understand that there weren't a couple deaths of red shirts in Colony House. It would have thinned the herd. They should have let that happen, but you know. So yeah, I don't know. But any theories for what's to come other than Kenny spending the night in the bus?
Yeah, he spends the night in the bus. Hopefully, he gleans some information. Hopefully, Julie tells somebody about the man in yellow. Who knows?
That would be nice. That would be
Where's the
nice.
suit? Is what I know. Where is the suit now?
I hadn't even noticed it moved. You're saying, or somebody was saying that they show the station again and it's not there.
Not there.
See, I didn't. I have to go back. When did
Where'd
they
it
show?
go?
When did they show the station in this one though? Because I don't remember.
It's when it like I remember Boy being by that woman with the pineapple. So they were in there talking.
Oh, when she was in with him, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe she took it. I have no clue.
She's gotta take it. Okay, right.
I don't know why she would, but you know, who knows?
Well, maybe she's gonna duck Hughes out in the Colony House.
Maybe. Keep checking the cars. Worst search ever. I agree. I thought they should have.
Did you have a picture of the cars we were gonna show, or is that?
Oh yeah, I will. Hold on. I want to see her more worried about the plan and totems and potential strength of the town holding together. But then this just seemed to make her like meh, back normal stirring. You're right. So the car thing. Let me go back to here. We have. Hold on, I'll get to it. I'll find it here. Okay, so there is this scene with Miranda, and they're talking about the door handle. Does not match. Oh, I don't have the picture. Hold on.
Oh, where Tabitha's in the car.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get it here. Yeah, Tabitha's leaning into the car. It's easier and faster if I find it than to try to use.
Yeah.
I know she sent me.
Was there a roll up? Is that what they're saying?
No, when there's a picture of not Miranda, Tabitha leaning into the car, it looks different. Here, I got it. Hold on. It actually is different, which is very weird. No, it is different. I don't know if there's that.
Yeah, okay.
And there's that. This is most definitely a different car, which is why I asked if anybody remembered if there was flashbacks last year of Miranda driving. I feel like there might have been.
Well, the steering wheel looks similar.
Yeah, but
oh, it doesn't. That doesn't look similar either.
Okay,
never mind me.
Yeah, my thoughts are, I think last year when he talked about Miranda, I feel like there was flashbacks with Miranda driving. If there was, then my thoughts are probably that they couldn't get the same car and that this was filmed before where the new stuff with Tabitha was filmed now. But I don't know. Look, the whole car seat's I mean, that's like way different.
Or she could be just driving a car in Fromville.
Yeah, it could be.
Not associated with the first time she came in. That could explain her not having the kids in the car. Oh, that motorcycle thing or whatever that is. Or that like thing in the car window. They have like sticker in the car window too. On one of these. It says CW something, CWBH.
Yeah, I don't know. That looks like yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think is maybe she had the wrong car. I
think it's in this car. There's like a CWBH sticker in the back window. I mean, the back window you can see in the shot when Miranda moves her head.
Let's see.
Something like that. That's something. Well, it's the Hornet, yeah.
But that's most definitely a different car.
Yeah.
Maybe Miranda's coming to town multiple times. It's possible. Yeah, it's most definitely a different car, and I know that you're right, it's car props, but that's why I said if they filmed the flashback last season, then it totally makes sense.
Hmm.
If they didn't film it last season, it doesn't make sense because, I mean, those aren't even near the same car. Like I could say, okay, yeah, the rolling in the window thing or whatever is different, but like the whole seat color is completely different. I have to
Yeah,
question there's like a dark seat compared to a white and green seat. It's just
yeah,
extreme.
and the stripes. Yeah, there's like a red stripe going down the middle.
Miranda's driving the same model car as Christopher. Maybe that's Christopher's car then. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a different time. Maybe it's after she got into
Yeah.
town.
All of these drawings when Christopher's drawing. It makes me wonder though why they would use the clip with the car being different. That's why I think something there. Maybe there's just a
Maybe
dis.
that's all they had, and they just made it fit.
Well, that's why I said that's why I wondered if this was from last season and it was the
Yeah.
flashback they used before. Um,
Well, I don't think it was used before, but maybe they filmed it at the same time and they just used it now because it's like what they
yeah,
got.
yeah.
You know,
First,
there's shows have budgets.
yes, I know. I mean, look, I do agree that a lot of like that it might be not important and it's
Yeah.
just, you know, a mistake or
Just
whatever.
establishing that Tabby got a Miranda vibe from whatever she was looking at.
Yeah,
Maybe
cars
it's
are
a different car. Maybe it was a different car, but she still got a vibe of Miranda driving this car.
yeah, maybe she had the wrong car. We don't have a reliable narrator. At this point, it's hard to imagine continuity error this obvious getting by. Yeah, but if they couldn't get the same car for some reason,
Yeah.
but they do know we look. You would think they'd try a little bit harder and at least like make the seat like they could have reupholstered the seat or something. I don't
Mm.
know. I
This
do
looks like
think,
somebody's restored car that they took a lot of love in restoring.
yeah, I do think though sometimes we go too far and that it may be absolutely nothing. But it
Mhm.
does seem quite different. It isn't like a little bit different. It's like a lot
Yeah.
different.
It isn't
Um,
like it's just damaged and it looks similar, but there's just been aged.
yeah, like they showed the like when they showed during Julie's story walking, the
Yeah.
cars were slightly different than in Victor's flashbacks. And it
Mhm.
was clear that they were trying to recreate it and couldn't get the same exact cars. And I think somebody even said that,
Mhm.
one of the production people. And it was just people being too picky.
Mhm.
This, I don't know. This is very different. So I question it. But yes, it might just be
So
continuity error and they couldn't fix it. I
and
mean,
it's a couple seconds of a flashback. They probably don't think
it
it's that
is.
important.
And then they're like, these people are looking at the interior of the car and comparing them.
They're
Why?
insane.
They probably think we're crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I do agree it's a lot different. I do question why, but is it important? It may not be. Um, left the kangaroo scrotum pouch. Get your man in yellow tooth bag today.
Is there really a kangaroo scrotum? Because I'll buy one.
You're funny. Oh,
Do I have to
kangaroo.
collect my own teeth?
No, it's this kangaroo leather pouch, genuine.
Oh,
It's kangaroo
yeah.
pouch. Yeah, I don't know that it's really made of scrotum. I don't know. I hope not, but who knows? No, no. All right. Well,
Well, if you've ever seen them, they're big enough to make a pouch out of.
I don't know. I don't want them making that.
Look
Killing
closely.
killing poor kangaroos for that. No,
They're like
no.
the deers of Australia.
It does say kangaroo leather, so yeah, genuine kangaroo leather. I guess it is
Oh, yeah.
kangaroo. No.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know, Susie, but to be fair, this is like a different life she's remembering, so maybe she's remembering it incorrectly. Yeah, I don't know. I think I
Or
think I
Victor's remembering it wrong, and it's Christopher's car that's in the auto graveyard, and Randa drove her car in. He's
yeah.
unreliable narrator.
Yeah, or maybe she just walked over and she's like, "This card reminds me of Miranda," and she had a flashback. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
I
I
mean, it
do.
could be all those things,
I
or
do
none of
think.
those things.
Do think we could be going too far here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, it is way different. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else, guys? Anything else?
Do you think that like Christopher and her got in an accident, a collision?
Maybe. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. I don't particularly have anything. The only other thing that I kind of wonder about, let me get to it, is I do wonder about that drawing that we had earlier. That,
The one that looks like the naked person in the woods, or another one? There it
yeah,
is.
like, I don't know if that's maybe the boy in white. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is
You
that Victor
can zoom
alone?
up on it. Zoom up on the character.
I mean,
Has a
it looks
tie.
like it
Is
could
that a
be a
tie?
tie. Yeah, it kind of looks like
Just a
somebody.
tie. He's just wearing just a tie.
Well, that's why I said like could be wearing white. Like that could be
Yeah.
white or could be supposed to be wearing brown.
Hey,
I
hey,
don't
hey.
know. Or could be not important. Who knows? But I'm kind of interested in that because at least that's something that's like, where is that coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're right. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Uh, it could be that it does mean something. It could be not. I don't know. I tend to think it might not mean anything, but I don't know. But well, yes, I want to see a train too. That would be
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Or a plane, or a helicopter.
Um, yeah, Maces, isn't that Ethan's drawing? I'm gonna say no, just because the other drawing right after that said Eloise, Victor, and Mom. Although why his drawings are still sitting on her kitchen table, if they're Victor's, I don't know. I know he had given them drawings of their family, but I don't know.
Maybe it's how he was touching things. I'm gonna touch this drawing to see if I feel anything.
See if anything comes of it. Yeah, I don't know.
He's just
Well,
touching things all over the place, just touching things. Are
yeah.
we gonna are we ever gonna get an answer about the poltergeist activity that happened with the cabinets in the book, or we just don't care about that anymore?
I mean, I hope they go back to that. But here's what I think. Okay, Heather thinks maybe it is not a coincidence. Here's kind of what I think, and this is where it's like they can't win. I feel like
Yeah.
people complain not enough happens.
Yeah.
But I feel like now they're shoving so much in, like, how are they going to finish it all in this season? Like, I feel like they put a bunch of starters in and things that we're not going to get till next season. And they could have waited till next season, but at the same time, then people would have been complaining even more that not enough happened. So they put them in to make more things happen. And it's just like, will we get to it? Who
Mhm.
knows? I guess it's as good as mine.
Yeah.
The person dancing out in the woods on Victor's drawing, teaching Jade how to do the thing. Yeah, I don't know. It does look like it could be somebody dressed in white with a tie, or it could be a naked person. It is hard to tell. Okay. Anything else? I think we went through all. Let's see. I think we went through everything. Bill had said Sophia can't tell everyone about her true identity. They don't know how to stop her. She could tell.
Who do
Sorry,
you think?
can tell about her identity.
I had a question for you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Who will be the first person that notices that Sophia is a little bit off, or has that tingling sensation that she could be not who she says she is?
I tend to think if somebody notices, it's going to be Victor. But
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. What about you?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Sarah gets a little fed up that Sophia is not returning to her house after several nights after she painted her room purple. I mean, I
Yeah.
was hoping there would be more Sarah and Julie scenes, like Sarah would talk about her experiences, and Julie would be like, "I story walk." That was another thing I thought would happen. That did not happen.
Yeah. Or maybe just,
So Sophia went on a tour. I thought they were going to get together because she's not staying over the house at night anymore.
yeah, or even just more Sarah or story walking in general would be nice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jen says, can story walkers leave an echo or move objects? Do doors slam and rings get thrown off from different times but same places? I've heard this before, and like, could it be Julie? But I have to wonder because when we've seen her story walk, we see her, but
Mm-hmm.
it also kind of makes me think we see her as the
Yeah.
audience. Do they see her? But the monsters see her. which would lead me to
Yeah.
believe that people would do too. Now, is that accurate? I don't know. We haven't actually seen people see her, like her father didn't see her. Um, so it's a possibility, but I tend or no, because Martin saw her, right? Martin talked to her.
Hmm.
So Martin saw her. So yeah, I would say no for that reason. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of at this point more wondering if it's just Jim. I mean, there's the whole thing
Yeah.
with, they don't leave, they can't, their souls can't leave or something. It makes
Yeah,
sense,
yeah. The only connection I made was he flew a book around that maybe gave Julie the idea to go look for the books in the house.
maybe, or just trying to communicate. I mean, couldn't it
Yeah,
just be like trying to talk to him? Was the scene where Miranda got attacked by Smiley? Is that flashback? Real? Oh, they were talking to each other, I guess, not to
yeah.
us. Um, Samuel says, I'd run out of my house at daybreak and tell everyone about the poltergeist stuff in my house. I would too, I think. Although, I don't know, then they think you're nuts, but I
I
probably
think I
still,
tell anything weird that happened to me here. I just tell to anybody. Anybody will listen.
yeah. I think Julie saw Sophia taking the egg. That would be cool if that's the
Wouldn't I just
case.
have a meeting every day? It'd be like, did weird shit happen to you last night? Please tell me. Did anything weird happen to you during the day?
Yeah, weird shit happened. If the teeth are needed for Manuel to shift in someone else, real Sophia existed at some point, and maybe that was someone Victor needs to remember. I I do think she might. I mean, look, he changed into Sophia because he knew the man in yellow. So, like, I don't know. To me, I've said before, I think he needs the clothes and the tooth, maybe. But I think she's a person. Do you think she's a person, or do you think she's just like a made up?
I hope that Acosta finds a picture of her from like the 1930s, like 1931 or something. Even if it's the last scene of the season, and she's like, I found a clue.
Yeah,
Because it would be cool for somebody to find a picture of her. Like maybe she came in during the 1930s cycle because her dress kind of looks old fashioned like that, like a classic shirt dress. And
mhm,
it would be kind of nice because there would be photos from the 1930s, and they found one in Colony House. It'd be kind of crazy.
yeah. I always just kind of assumed, I guess, because there's a dress that it belonged to somebody.
Yeah,
Like that was
yeah.
kind of the way I looked at it. May said the ghost had to be Jim. Julie said her dad loves to fidget and shit when he gets anxious and
Mhm.
nervous, something like that. Maybe. I also think the bootstrap is possibly what keeps Victor and Boyd protected, though, because things have happened that will happen. Maybe. Uh, yeah. I think that's it. I'm looking and
Yeah.
I think I'm about out, and it is
Mhm.
now. We've gone on 3.5 hours,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah. So yeah.
I'm pooped, like tired pooped.
Same.
I'm
You
tired.
said it.
I just wanted to specify. Uh,
Uh,
no, sorry, I'm just being silly now. It is after dark. But yeah, it's after 2 a.m. I think we've been going for a while.
yeah.
So unless you have anything else to add, um, I think we will. Whoops, bid everybody adieu.
Is there
But
any date now for your like million views party or anything like that?
we got to figure out a day. I mean, we're gonna figure out time, and I don't know if we're gonna do it like in conjunction with, like, should we maybe do the birthday trivia as part of that, or should we do
Oh
two
yeah,
separate?
that's right. Birthday
Because yeah,
trip is
yeah, because my birthday's coming up later this month, so I'm
yeah.
wondering, do we want to do both? Do we want to do one big party? Um, no, it's not another bathroom break. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying us. Thank you, Jen. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying us and having fun. But yeah, we have to have a million views, 2,000 followers party with trivia for us, and then I want to do some kind of trivia on my birthday. So I don't know. We're going to be having some kind of party, maybe two different parties. I don't know. I am Cancer. It's June 26th.
Yeah. I'm a Leo.
Scarlett's Leo. Okay, Scarlett's a Leo.
Wow.
So yeah, but guys, please make sure you join our Discord if you're not. Check out our videos and lives on YouTube, as well as sci-fivision.com, where you can see all of our interviews. Like I said, the Julia Doyle interview first part will be up this week, and the interview with Scott McCord and Robert Joy should be up tomorrow if all goes to plan. It might be Tuesday, but it'll either be up tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm saying tomorrow is, I know it's technically today, but and then we also have our From Review live stream tomorrow night at 10 Eastern. And then we have the Widows Bay watch party when we're done. So please make sure you come back. And I see Jen just joined the server thing, although I think you did a little bit earlier, but it's just now telling me you joined the server. But thanks everybody. Yeah, thanks for coming. We appreciate it. And like I said, also Jamie McGuire is going to be coming soon, probably this week. So stay tuned for that as well. And we will talk to you soon. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye. Do you make funny noises?